Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, wake up if you're fine. Wake up if you're ugly. It don't matter. Just everybody wake up. Man. This is why old people know how to live, boy. Old folks got some simple sayings that just sometimes sound crazy, but it work. Don't nothing good happen after 12 o'clock. Ain't nothing but legs open after 12 for the young ladies. For the guys, they warn us about the dangers of after 12, and we still don't listen. Now, am I blaming somebody for getting hungry and want something to eat? No, I'm not blaming nobody for that. But man, it just always something seemed to pop off late at night. Dish and Dirt say 10 p.m. I was taught. Now, sometimes a good party lasts about 12 now. It depends on where you at. But you right, 10, 11:45, whatever it is. Basically, the moral of the story is salute to you. I'm just read. The moral of the story is the longer you are out with the creepy crawlies, things can happen that's outside of your control. And it would be a shame if this man was just trying to get some tacos. And because of his notoriety, because of his alleged gang status, somebody walk up to him, yo, cuz, where you from? I told y'all we the new slave catchers. Ain't no white person gonna ask you where you from unless you in a neighborhood and they think you a criminal. But if you out 2 in the morning to get tacos, ain't nobody coming up to you where you from that's white. We are the new slave catchers. We got to have our papers to go get tacos. So this dude, Aunt Hefe, who's on No Jumper podcast, well, I've seen some of his video. It says Aunt Hefe is in hot water with the law. The No Jumper co-host and rapper just landed behind bars after getting arrested for murder. TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Jefe was busted by LAPD Elite Robbery Homicide Division and booked for felony murder. Lord have mercy. Mm-mm-mm. The artist, whose real name is Marcus Shellman, is being held on $1 million bond. $1 million bond in LA? Damn. Oh yeah, this is the M. This is the M. Because anything else, they let you out right out. Yeah, $1 million bail at the LAPD jail. We've reached out to LAPD for a narrative about what happened. So far, no word back. Adam 22 tells TMZ Ant has been a great podcaster for the last year or so. And as far as I know, he wasn't really in the streets like that anymore. So this was all a huge shock. If he's a gang member, how the hell he ain't in the streets like that no more? He can't get past that. If he's still a gang member, active or not, they gonna ask him where you from. Uh, goddamn, who is that? Nipsey Hussle got a song, and he would be like, "They run up to you. What's your city? Where you from?" That's question number one. Young niggas. He got a song called "Young Brothers," and he said, "Where you? What's your city? Where you from?" That nigga. That's question number one. That's question number one. That's slave catching. As far as his career, Jefe is best known as a co-host of the popular hip hop podcast and YouTube channel No Jumper. He has also released several rap albums, dropping bars about his life growing up in the tough streets of South Central LA. Today was a good day, South Central LA. I'm not gonna play that video just because I don't want TMZ to flag me. So let me go. I know Poet Flacco got this damn thing. He out there in LA. Let's get it. Oh, he got two videos up about this thing. One from 8 hours and one from 3 hours. Uh, let's see. Let's get a piece. He got two of them. Let me see. Let me play this. Well, y'all ain't gonna be able to see the video. I know Flacco got that same video right here, but I think this might be off the dude Instagram. I was trying to find it.
Tells you everything you need to know about the incident.
What's the good old deal with the good old people, man? Today was not a good day, bro. Today was one of those bad days, man, when the devil was working hard, man. He was at work, man. And he was this close, man. He was this close. This close to cashing in on wishful thinking. So right now, right, I'm in a phase where I'm trying to regroup, you know what I'm saying, and think things through, man, and just, create the space to be calm and copacetic, you know what I'm saying, through the storm, you know what I'm saying. But hopefully y'all had a good day up out there, though, man, on this Monday, man, you know what I'm saying. To anybody day who was bad like mine, we gonna make it through, champ, you know what I'm saying. As long as we make it through the next day, man, we got another chance, man, to recharge, man, and regroup, man. Salute. Stay strong.
And the YouTube video that he made after this video tells us the full story, bro. This man, eyes is red. He looked disheveled. He looks like he wasn't sleeping. He looks worried and stressed.
The good old big deal with the good old people. It's your boy, Young and Jefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young and Jefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics.
Man.
When did he do that video? Because I just went to his channel and he got that same shirt on, but he don't look like he crying. Yeah, when did he do that video? Because I'm on his page. He's talking about 607 Unc. Now, he don't look like he crying.
That has been with his 24-year-old girlfriend since she was 15, and he's over 50. I tried to handle.
Yeah, they got the same shirt. Maybe it's a video later than this. Let's see, was it a live stream? No, that was 3 weeks ago or to 11 days ago, so it had to have been a video. And this was his last video in that shirt 1 day ago. This is 2 days ago.
587.60. Late we had, I pretty much left it there. Twice, third time they know itself. What's the good old big deal with the good old people?
Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, 2 days ago. His eyes do look red as fuck there. Damn. His eyes is red right there. What's the good old big deal with the good old people?
It's your boy, Young and Jefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young and Jefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of...
God dang, it look like a tear ready to drop right now. Unless he on that Mike Tyson, boy. He got to be on that woo, woo. God. Wiz Khalifa wanted in Romania for drug charges. Celebrities are crashing out. This man was just a podcast. He just got out of prison. This is a street dude. But I understand he's more popular now. But man, don't put that on us, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that on me. I'm not no celebrity. But damn, this dude eyes red as a motherfucker. Either that's some ill killer smoke, or dude must have been crying a little bit. Let me see it. No heat, no judgment for me.
Hot Topics, man. We got Jalise, man. It look like it's ugly up in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Usually I don't do no content on this woman, drop content on her or anything. The little situation we had, I pretty much left it there. Now, however, I'm strolling down Instagram and I see one of the clips channel, right? Have a clip of No Jumper, Adam, Moose, Lush, Doughboy and Munchie B. And you got Jaleese on the phone. So on this phone call, you know, something is being discussed. It seemed like King Yeller sold Jaleese to somebody. It seemed like King Yeller handed Jaleese off to another male for $100. And it seemed like Jaleese don't remember what happened. And I don't know if old boy coming out saying he spanked or what the case may be, but she's catching a lot of flack from this situation. In fact, she's catching so much flack about the situation that 607 have decided to free her and let her go from her job up there at his podcast studios. It's ugly. Now, I don't know what she had. I know they got that fake tequila out there. I don't know what was going on there.
All right, I ain't getting in that story. I don't know what the hell going on right there. But yeah, he looked like he was a little sad right there. And then he got himself together. After that, he looked like he was a little sad. So let's go back to this one.
Yeah, eyes is red, looking into space, expressionless. Eyes is glossy. Looks like he was crying all night. Looks like he hasn't slept. He's stressed out. Man, Jill ain't that scary, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bruh. All right, I'm rooting for Ant, man. But yeah, Jill ain't that scary. God damn.
And this nigga talking about jail ain't that scary. Man, this man could be facing an elbow depending on his past charges. Yeah, jail is that scary.
But what took place and what happened, this right here is the reaction of somebody who realized they just got tricked out of their position. They just got tricked out the streets by somebody who ain't worth being tricked out the streets over. Young and Jefe at about 2 a.m. in the morning went over and tried to get some tacos. Now, this late night taco run ended up in a homicide investigation.
The LAPD says there was an argument just before the gunfire, and it all unfolded just steps away from a busy taco stand.
NBC4's Camila Rambaldi joins us live from the LAPD headquarters after talking with witnesses. Camila.
Hi, Jonathan and Kathy. Telemundo 52 spoke with the brother of the man who was killed. I also spoke with one man who was working at the taco stand last night. He told me he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots.
Young and Jefe.
Damn, 7 to 8 gunshots at 2 a.m. at a taco stand? Shit. Did he try to walk away? Did he try to get the heck on? Damn, man, that's crazy.
Jefe is from A-Tray Gangster Crib. Young and Jefe goes to a taco stand. He's standing in line for some tacos. Now, when you are a black man and you have elevated to a certain place in life, such as where Young and Jefe is at, where he's a popping podcaster, a successful YouTube channel, he's on No Jumper, he's famous, the rapping stuff is working out, you want to stay away from certain places, not because you are scared something will happen to you, but you don't want to be around certain groups of people, the street dudes, the street niggas, right? Because the street...
This is exactly why I say respect me like you respect them white boys. They don't never tell white guys this. White guy want tacos at 2 in the morning, he go get tacos at 2 in the morning. 18 Ross, any one of them guys want tacos, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they can go get them. Ain't nobody gonna ask where you from. Ain't nobody gonna touch them. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. But unfortunately for this brother, if you notice, if you're notable, you gotta stay low. It's sad. We talk all this Black Lives Matter shit, but dude trying to eat some tacos. And let's see what happens.
Street niggas as a black man is our biggest obstacle. Right, is our biggest obstacle, man, the street niggas. As black folks, we're creative, we mind our business, but there's a subsection of black people called street niggas where they don't know how to mind their business. So Young and Jefe is at the taco stand, minding his business, trying to get some tacos, trying to eat. A Pablo Blood pull up. I think, like, into Pablo, something like 5'4" or 5 dudes, who knows, right? But the Pablo Blood pull up. Instantly, an altercation breaks out. He starts to bang on Young and Jefe. Where you from, Blood? And Jefe, I'm from A-Tray Gangster Crib. Cool. That should have been the end of it. Hey, you from Pablo's?
Man, I'm not answering no questions at 2 o'clock in the morning. You not the police, you better ask me that. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm ignoring you. I'm sorry. I'm not answering no question. You're going to be out there talking to yourself. It's 2 a.m. What the hell I got to answer your questions for? Is that like a thing in L.A.? You got to answer their question? What if you just walk off and don't say nothing? Is it instant smoke? Because I'm not trying to hear shit at 2 in the morning.
I'm from A-Trey Games the Crib. I'm here for some tacos. Let me go about my day. But no, back and forth kept happening. Now, Young and Jefe did something that I think we should all do. Young and Jefe walks away, gets back into his car. Now, when Young and Jefe gets back into his car, the Pablo Blood follows Young and Jefe to his car. Now, here's the thing, okay? When a gang member asks you, where you from? That's dumb. Asking you to validate, right? You have a right to walk where you're currently at. Now, my rights to walk and freedom of passage is my natural rights. It's my birthright, okay? My natural right is freedom of passage and my freedoms, okay? So I can walk anywhere I want to walk because that's my natural right as a human being, right? And nobody has a right to tell me where I can't walk, right? So when a gang member asks me where I'm from, I'm not, man, yo, leave me alone, man, all right, man. I ain't answering none of that, bro. But, gang culture, that's the thing. So Jefe answers it. Now, I guess when Young Jefe is going back to his car, the Pablo Blood probably feels like he got the best of the situation. And he wanted to get the best of Mo. So he follows Young Jefe to the car. And Jefe is in the car. The Pablo Blood is still talking ish from the vehicle. F this, F this, F this. And when I say F this and F this, y'all know what I mean when I say F this and F this. I can't say it, right? Because you feel me? Again, I got Crip homies who I love, who, certain words I can't say, because if I say them words, P Nice will call my phone tripping. P Nice will check me if I say those words. Right? Rockstar will call my phone tripping. KK will call my phone tripping if I say certain words, right? So I respect the Crips, so I'm not going to say the words, but saying all of that. And after a while, man, when I walk back to my car, I'm in my car, I'm trying to leave, you right here, I don't know what you reaching for, you yelling aggressively. And Young and Jefe just had enough, man. Just had enough.
So dude tried to leave, tried to go back to his car. After somebody saying, and this is all alleged, I wasn't there. So after somebody saying, where you from, cuz? Where you from, fool? He has to be forced to answer those questions like the dude at the police. And then based on those questions, a dude follow him to his car? That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm glad I don't live in LA. I got to get some tacos. Where you from, dude?
Pulled out the pistol, shot about 7 to 8 times. Bro got hit, bro died. And now we're here. Allegedly, because he's still fighting the case. He could be completely innocent. This could have all been a misunderstanding.
From earlier.
Jefe killed the dude from Pablo Bloods.
Let's go ahead and get you to some video from earlier. In this clip, you can see several.
You can see somebody got the sparking out there. Bam! Yeah, you can see somebody did something.
Bullet holes in a fence near the stand. The LAPD says a shooting was reported just before 2 in the morning near the intersection of Holmes and Slauson Avenues. As you mentioned earlier, there are a number of businesses in the area. Police say a man walked toward a car and there was some sort of an argument. Police say the man was then shot and the shooter took off in a car. It is unclear at this point what led up to the argument. The family of the man who was killed has identified him as 30-year-old Deshaun Coleman.
Damn, rest in peace to this brother. 30 years old, man. Is California a carry state? Nope. Good morning to you, Yolanda. Yolanda Kendrick? Or Yolanda Kendrick? I think that's how you say your name. I might have fucked that up. But this brother, 30 years old, and he's out of here because he allegedly ran up on somebody and said, where you from? That led to an argument, and he's now unalive. You can't have you know how hard it is to get a license to carry in California? And then that dude is a former gang member, so I doubt he got a license to carry. I highly doubt that. 30-year-old here set tripping. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. All this stuff over this gang culture. I tell you, this shit, if the people not going to really realize this gang culture used to be for growth and development, protecting the community. It used to be to protect the community. Now it's to grape and pillage the community, extort the community. Asking another brother where he from this early in the damn morning is never gonna end well. I wouldn't want to deal with nobody asking me, white or black, asking me no questions at 2 a.m. where I'm at a taco stand just trying to eat. The fuck I want to answer your questions for? But two brothers that look the same, one in jail now, one in the ground over a rag that they put in their back pocket. That's how easy it is to divide us. You could just wear a different color, I wear a different color, and that's enough for us to hate each other. We'll find any reason to hate each other.
They shared a photo of him with our team. Here was more from his family and reaction from a man who was working at the taco stand.
We don't know nothing. All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people jelly.
Some people jelling. Some people jelling. What the fuck? I'm not gonna speak towards whether the brother was a good person or not. But I think the encounter, if it happened that way, was unfortunate. That don't scream good person to me. That scream gang banging. But if that's, I mean, that's their family, so it is what it is. But I wonder when we gonna move away from this stupid shit. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. He said I use mine as a sweat towel. Shit, I don't even have one of them motherfuckers no more. Shit, I thought I know they use them for that. Shit, I just get me an all white sweat rag.
People yelling bad words, start fighting.
Did you hear the gunshots?
Yeah, I hear the gunshots. I hear like 7 gunshots, and that scares me. I didn't move. I was frozen, like no zero nerves. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to run or to stay.
Jordan Guzman told me he has been working at the taco stand for several months and that this was the first time he has seen a shooting in the area. Again, at this hour, police are still looking for the shooter and they do not yet have a description of the suspect's car. Anyone with more information on this is asked to call the LAPD. We're live in downtown LA. Camilla Rambaldi, NBC 4 News.
Camilla, thank you.
And Jefe's bond is $1 million, 10%. He only needs 100,000. I think Jefe has 100,000. Jefe has a dispensary in town. So Jefe makes money all type of ways. He should have 100. I'll be very shocked if Jefe doesn't have $100,000 to pay his bond with. Now, if he don't have it, would Adam pay it? Now, I was watching the No Jumper show, and Spody Face asked Adam, like Adam needs to go ahead and bond out Jefe. Now, do I think Adam is putting up $100,000 of his own money to bill out somebody? I don't think so at all. Now, Adam did bill out Brick Baby. I think Brick Baby bond was like 5,000. Well,
all right, we got Petite Flaco. He has another video up that he did 3 hours ago. So this one is a little more of an update. He must have been on his job, boy. He got another. He said he got footage of the shit. So let's see what type of footage he got. How in the world did he get footage of this so quick? TMZ don't even got the footage up.
Took place yesterday in LA at a taco stand.
NBC4 says there was an argument just before the gunfire, and it all unfolded just steps away from a busy taco stand.
NBC4's Camilla Rambaldi joins us live from the LAPD headquarters after talking with witnesses. Camilla.
Hi, Jonathan and Kathy. Telemundo 52 spoke with the brother of the man who was killed. I also spoke with one man who was working at the taco stand last night.
Yeah, it's Poetic Flaco. I'm talking about Petite Flaco. Shut up, nigga. It's Poetic Flaco. Oh, I'm sorry for butchering your name, brother. You're not petite anyway, but Poetic Flaco.
He told me he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots. Let's go ahead and get you to some video from earlier. In this clip, you can see several bullet holes in a fence near the stand. The LAPD says the shooting was reported just before 2 in the morning near the intersection of Holmes and Slauson Avenues. As you mentioned earlier, there are a number of businesses in the area. Police say a man walked toward a car and there was some sort of an argument. Police say the man was then shot and the shooter took off in a car. It is unclear at this point what led up to the argument. The family of the man who was killed has identified him as 30-year-old Deshaun Coleman. They shared a photo of him with our team. Here's more from his family and reaction from a man who was working at the taco stand.
We don't know nothing. All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people yelling, like yelling bad words, start fighting.
Did you hear the gunshots?
Yeah, I hear the gunshots. I hear like 7 gunshots, and that scares me. I didn't move. I was frozen, like no zero nerves. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to run or to stay.
The question of the day is, did Jefe commit this murder? Well, to answer that question, let's take a look at the footage of the murder. And yes, I got the footage before the police. Don't ask me how I got it. I don't even know if I'm privy to.
Petite Flacco sound like a stripper name. Hey, man, if I was out here and it was that many motherfuckers at a taco stand, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. If it's that many people at a taco stand, I ain't gonna lie. Call me what you want. I don't want no tacos no more. Because this how easy stuff can happen. Wait, the white supremacists made him do it. Oh, Lord. No, I'm not going to no taco stand. I think I'm done. I think I just figured out that I'm not hungry no more. If all these people hungry for tacos, something ain't right. I think I'm gonna order DoorDash. I think I'm gonna go in the house and make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something. Shit, I always got some peanut butter or some jelly or some something that'll get me through the fucking morning. I thought something out. But what I'm not finna do is stay out here with a bunch of us just hanging out. I don't give a damn if it wasn't a bunch of us. I'm just not finna hang out with a bunch of motherfuckers at no taco stand 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. No. Where the clubs at in LA that stay open that late? When I was in LA, your ass, yeah, the club closed. You got to be up out there. Club closed at like 2. I'm out of there at 1:45. 1:30, I'm out. And I'm not going to no taco stand. I got food I made at the house already. I know the girl's going to be hungry and we're going to be a little tipsy. So we already prepared for that. We got food where we going, safe, where the doors locked. If you want tacos, we'll take you, let you go on the Uber. But this car is not going to no damn taco stand at no 2:30 in the morning. I'm not doing it.
Share that information. I don't know if, who gave me the footage will even want me to say it. But just know I got the footage of the murder, okay? The reason why people believe that Jefe may be involved in this murder is because one of Jefe's vehicle may or may not have been at the scene when his murder took place, okay?
I don't even see a damn taco stand. I just see a bunch of Negroes out here congregating. Yeah. It's the sauce living here in Fort Worth. You might want to wait in line for that. No. I ain't gonna wait in line for that. No, sir. Not at 2 in the morning. If they got that motherfucker out there in the daytime, I taste it. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, nah. Look at this shit right here. This look dangerous. I'm sorry. Everybody got them little book bags on across their back. No.
One of Jefe's vehicles may or may not have been at the scene when this took place. This car right here may or may not have been one of the vehicles that Jefe used to drive to No Jumper. But the driver of the vehicle never actually gets out the car. When the altercation played out between this group of people, somebody runs into the passenger side of one of Jefe's vehicles, allegedly, and they drove off. This right here is the gentleman that was shot and killed, him right here. Now, they're having some type of disagreement with some individuals there. So while they're having a disagreement, you're about to see this guy right here is about to get punched. Now, when he gets punched, the person who was shot and killed, they all began to move forward. Now, when they begin to...
I was about to say, how in the world he get shot? He look like he leaving. He looked like, okay, I'm out. I'm done with this shit. He looked like he leaving. Whatever the altercation was, it looked like he out. But apparently he not going to be out.
To move forward, somebody comes from around the car and started shooting. hits him, he falls and dies. Then they chase somebody around this vehicle, but they couldn't shoot them, and the person goes away. Now, this guy right here is about to punch him when he turns his back. I'm not going to show the footage, obviously. Now watch. Now, I don't know why, he has no situational awareness whatsoever. He's standing close as if it's sweet. He's about to get punched. Watch. 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 Boop. Now he's about.
I'm sorry. They be like, wait to throw the first punch, wait till somebody throw the first punch, and then you can defend yourself. But I can't let you get that close to me. I'm sorry. Back the fuck up, bro. After I try to get some distance and back up, and you steady coming that close, then I know you want a problem. This dude just standing there. Maybe he got a weapon. Maybe he got, I don't know what make him so comfortable to stand there with a dude that close to him. But clearly they was arguing the whole time. I'm not standing that close. I'm not letting somebody stand that close to me. I'm trying to get some distance to get the hell on. First of all, why is somebody out at 2 a.m. to fight with niggas and worry about where they from? Why not get your damn taco? It's beautiful out there in California. I don't understand this shit. All them beautiful women, all the palm trees, all the good food, the nice weather. And you out here worried about where somebody that look like you, struggling probably just like you, and you want to fight and beat them up. And now somebody end up losing their life. Like, this crazy, man. Ain't nowhere in the hell. There's too many beautiful women out there to me be scriffing with no Negroes. Hell no. You trying to get it, I'm trying to get it too.
About to launch at him and punch him right now, right? He spots him about to punch like this. He punches him. Now, obviously, right, I can't show that. But now you see he been driven back on the wall. He's still pursuing him. Now, when he pursues him, it's only him. So now his homies, including the dude who got killed, they now progress on him. But that's when the shooting happened. You see right here? Now the person comes from around here and they begin to shoot. Now, I'm not going to show y'all the footage, right? But just know they shot and killed this person. They shot and killed him.
The dude with his arm out that's shooting, no, is this a pre-record? No, this is not a pre-record. What's up, Chill? The dude with his arm out that looked like he's shooting, he don't look like the size and stature of Aunt Jefe. But the thing about the police and the feds, that's why I say they love to hear people talking about they ain't gonna snitch. And in the street world, anything is considered snitching. You defending yourself and giving a statement and saying, hell no, I ain't do the shooting. That's snitching. You can't even give a statement to the police or they'll say you snitching. Me, I'm giving a statement. I didn't do this shit. I didn't shoot at nobody. I ain't had no gun. Hell no, I didn't shoot at nobody. If Aunt Jefe give that type of statement, he would be considered a snitch based on street rules because you can't give a statement. You got to let them do their job. I'm like, what? A part of doing their job is collecting my motherfucking statement. Because I'm not going to jail for another motherfucker shooting somebody. And that's why I be by myself, because if I just want to fight, I might want to just take getting beat up. I might just say, okay, fuck it. I can't have a gun in this place. And I just want to just go ahead and beat me up there. Fuck it. That's better than me going to prison. I'll catch you niggas next time. Or I might say I got to defend myself, and me by myself against 6, 7 people, then maybe it'll look better for me. But just somebody shooting indiscriminately in the street and one person was squabbling, they're going to arrest everybody. They're going to arrest everybody. Look at the people that are standing around. The people who standing with their hands in their pocket. If they came with the guy who did the pow pow, you going to jail. All you got to do is get in the car with the dude. Get in the car with the dude. You could be the driver of the car of the dude who just pow pow. And guess what? You going to jail. They'll sentence you like you killed him. So no, the laws ain't fair. The street ain't fair. You can't say, look, I'm not with the shit that everybody else do. Yeah, I showed up with this dude. I thought he was gonna fight. That fight could mean your life either way. Well, not if you get it over with quick. You fight like your life on the line, then you get it over with quick. Greedy Cookie say, you sound stupid if you think he ain't got it. Just be saying anything. Well, all I know is people going to jail left and goddamn right. This is crazy. Left and damn right. I'm not hanging with no group of Negroes, boy. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sitting out here fighting at a taco stand to where somebody done get popped. And then Aunt Jefe don't even look like the dude in the video who doing the popping. But under street rules, he can't say shit. He can't say he ain't do nothing. Hell, I'd have been crying on video too. He can't give a statement. He can't say nothing. And the way the feds go or the police go, they just arrest everybody and wait for somebody to say something. And if you don't say something, your ass going down with them. That's crazy.
He hit the floor. He ran over here. He runs right here. They run over here. Then they took off around the corner. So this is the shooting footage. Aunt Jefe did not commit the shooting. But because it was rumored that Aunt Jefe may or may not have been at the scene when it took place. His vehicle may or may not have been there when it took place. People automatically assume, oh, damn, wait, was he in over there when it happened? Oh, damn, he got picked up for that. He didn't get picked up for that. That's where the misunderstanding came from. Everybody is assuming, all right, that one of Ant's vehicle may or may not have been there, allegedly, right? So, but he was not picked up for that. Maybe he could be called in for questioning for that, who knows, allegedly, but he was not picked up for that. Aunt Jefe was picked up, again, this is directly from family members of Aunt Jefe, okay? Aunt Jefe was picked up for a conspiracy that took place a couple of months ago, a murder. What was this conspiracy? What was this murder? Well, let me explain, okay?
Wait a minute. Come again, say what? So he not picked up for this taco stand situation? What the hell is going on? Who the fuck is Jefe? He was a No Jumper host. He was a host on No Jumper, a rapper, apparently a street guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Poetic Flacco get this information, this video. But he's using this video as if that was the altercation and that was the dude's car. And if he's the most notable dude on the scene, they definitely gonna arrest his ass. There's a lot of people get arrested like that, and the police wait till the fleas fall off fluffy. But let's see what he's saying that he actually got arrested for.
Aunt Jefe is from A-Tray Gangsta's Crips. 4 A-Trays were arrested yesterday. Aunt Jefe was just one of them. There were 3 others that was arrested. Now, apparently a DP was taken. Now, Aunt Jefe was not involved with the DP at all, but a DP was taking place. Now, when the DP is taking place, they brutalized and beat up the dude so bad. I don't know if weapons were involved. I don't know what were involved, but they brutalized this dude so bad that he died during the DP. Now, where the murder...
Huh? Hold on. So now the story has went into the guy was around for a DP, and that's, I guess, how in the world does somebody get unalive during a DP? I thought it was only supposed to be a couple of seconds, couple minutes, maybe a few minutes or 1 minute. You just ball up, take your ass whooping. How in the world does it? They're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to beat them to death. A DP, he's supposed to get beat up a little bit for whatever he did that violated his gang. You know, slap them around a little bit. They jump them, knock them out, whatever. But they ain't supposed to unalive them. I don't know what the hell. That's crazy. That was more to the DP if he got unalive during the DP. But damn, anything can happen when you hitting somebody, when you punching on them.
And the robbery comes in. After the dude died, they ran into his car, stole some stuff, and dipped. Now, the police is claiming, according to Jefe's family, that Jefe was there when this took place. Jefe was again not involved with the DP. He did not punch anybody, hit him, but he was present when the DP took place. And because of that, Jefe's family is claiming that the police is saying that N is involved in this conspiracy to murder. That's why Jefe is in jail, according to his family. People believe Jefe got picked up for the blood murder at the taco stand because Jefe may or may not have been present, according to the sighting of one of his cars, when this murder took place. A high-ranking gang member from Pueblos, Young Woo, it looks like he's not letting Young Jefe off the hook completely just yet, because he dropped a video where he essentially names Young Jefe and backs up the story that Young Jefe and this dude had an altercation.
Man, wait a minute. See, this is what I be talking about. This is the shit that I don't understand. If you are a street dude, why in the fuck are you on the internet? I don't understand that. How in the hell these people be calling people snitches and they get on the internet and talk about their business on the goddamn internet? This guy is about to tell what happened on the internet? Oh my goodness, this shit is sad. This is sad right here, bro. Well, salute to you, Santiago. Greedy Cookie say, go to bed. Go to bed? Who need to go to bed? Shit, I'm just woke up. There ain't no going to bed for me. This ain't supposed to be happening on the internet. Whoever this guy is, what the fuck is you on the internet talking about what happened at a taco stand? This is why the police don't got to do their job. All they got to do is watch these niggas' Instagram. That's all they got to do. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the street nigga gonna tell the police, because they gonna tell it. Trust me. These niggas literally solve the crime before the police do. These street niggas solve the crime before the feds do. They'll be in the Facebook comments arguing back and forth. No, bitch ass nigga, you know you killed my cousin. Nigga, I'm gonna slide on you. I'm gonna go kill your whole family. You nigga come meet at Trevor Park. Go meet at this street. They be telling on each other like a motherfucker, but talking about somebody snitched on. Why is you on the internet with this shit, man? This is crazy.
Now, from the footage I just seen, if that's Young Jefe's car, if that's one of the cars Young Jefe dropped to no jumper, if that's one of them, then Young Jefe never actually got out the vehicle when the altercation took place.
Pueblo Bishops, rest in peace, my young homie, Lil Bandit, aka Bandino. But listen, man, the story has come out on what happened to him. So allegedly, at the time where he went to the taco stand to get him a burrito, Young Jefe had just pulled up or was there already. He was standing in line, and when the homies seen him, because I'm not sure how many people was with the homie Lil Bandit. They start pressing Young Jefe, banging on him. I guess they wasn't aware that he from HA Gangsters. He also.
Damn, this nigga saying everything Poetic Flacco saying. He said we don't know how many people was with him. He started banging on them. This might be a self-defense. If I'm goddamn Jefe lawyer, I'm gonna say, call this dude right here. We need this motherfucker video on the stand or something. He telling everything. Like, that shit crazy. Why is you up here telling? They pressed Jefe at a taco stand. Now, how many of y'all would be okay with being pressed or somebody asking you where you from and all this when you just trying to get some damn taco? I would have been thinking in my head, oh, Lord, have mercy. Not no nigga at no taco stand at 2 o'clock in the morning. Why did I come outside? Everything would have been flashing in front. Why did I come out this motherfucker? I could have drunk some water and went to sleep like my mama would have told me, ate some bread and went to sleep. When you hungry and ain't got no food at the house, and your mama just, boy, drink some water and you gonna eat in the morning. Drink you some goddamn water and go back to sleep. Fill that stomach up with that water. I'd have drunk me 2-3 glasses of water and went back to sleep. I would have got on Miss Collins' liquid diet. And I'd have been straight. He'd have been straight for the morning. He said, I'm not going to be at nobody taco stand that late. Exactly. Man, I'd have been so nervous at the taco stand. I'd have cheddar barred myself like that dumbass nigga Chud the Builder. Hey, he crying all through the jail cell, but I told y'all that boy gonna get out. I got a story about Chud the Builder. We could do that next. This son bitch gonna get out. Lord have mercy. But listen to this street cat just run down the whole business. This the new streets, boy. I told you. This is the new streets. This man gonna get up here. He got his Instagram right there tagged. He finna tell you everything.
Took place.
Pablo Bishops, rest in peace, my young homie, Lil Bandit, aka Bandino. But listen, man, the story has come out on what happened to him. So allegedly, at the time where he went to the taco stand to get him a burrito, and Jefe had just pulled up or was there already. He was standing in line, and when the homies seen him, because I'm not sure how many people was with the homie Lil Bandit. They start pressing young and Jefe, banging on him. I guess they wasn't aware that he from HA Gangsters. He also that popular YouTube nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And after that, you feel me? Once young Jefe say you from HA Gangsta Crip, you would think it'd be like, dead, water under the bridge or some shit. But I guess young Jefe felt uncomfortable, started walking to his car, and then the homie followed him to his car. That's when the argument ensued, you feel me, with the dissing and everything. And then young Jefe, they say he shot 6 or 7, maybe 8.
They still blaming Ant for that murder, apparently. But shout out to Remo, man. Me and Remo has been on the phones trying to get y'all the most information we can get y'all, man. Remo has been a big help. He's been on the phones as well, doing some really, really, really great investigation and detective work when it comes to this case, man. But I'll be real with y'all guys, man. The Pueblo Bloods, they're still blaming Young and Jefe for this. I'm not entirely sure Young and Jefe fired any shots. The vehicle being seen or not being seen at the crime scene, I don't know. But that's why people thought Young and Jefe got picked up for that particular murder, because Young and Jefe may or may not have been at the scene when the murder took place. But Young and Jefe was actually picked up, again, according to Young and Jefe's family. Now, if they're misleading us, they're misleading us. But Young and Jefe family said he got picked up for a conspiracy a couple of months ago involving a member of A-Tray dying.
Man, that would be even worse. That'd be nuts. If you are a part of a DP, or you just there for a DP, where your family members, y'all still supposed to be cool with this dude, but you just want to, get him right up under the gang rules or whatever y'all do. You try to, get him right. He end up being unalive. You take his stuff and you go. And now that's what gets you locked up allegedly. Man, it's a crazy world out here. But a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these friends, I think I need to do a long marathon live or either do a bunch of videos, because there's a lot of rappers and there's a lot of friends of rappers that are going to prison and getting life sentences. Lil Durk just got caught with an Apple Watch. It looked like he is a cooked goose because his friends just took a plea deal. They just changed their fucking guilty plea, or they changed their plea from not guilty to guilty. So now they at the mercy of the court. So you pleading guilty to murder for hire? Shit, so in most states that come with a life sentence. So you pleading guilty to a life sentence, then something coming down the pipeline, boy. And the person who paid for it ain't gonna never see the light of day. So it's bad, boy. All these rappers and all these street cats, they getting picked up one by one for an elbow. There's one guy from Baton Rouge. He got a life sentence. He was going at it with NBA YoungBoy crew, young man too. They let him out of jail on the accident. He bonded out of jail on the accident, then get picked back up, get sentenced to a life sentence. He shot a video, got back out, shot a video. They said, "Oh no, we made a mistake." Locked his ass back up, life sentence. Lil Durk looked like he gonna probably get a life sentence. The guys around him gonna do 30 plus years to life. Ben 10 get shot again in New Orleans. And so it looked like if he was going to recover and be able to walk, your body ain't supposed to have bullets traveling in and out of you, especially after you done had surgery. So don't look like he going to have a good future. Salute to you, Chill. Like, I don't know what they putting in these Negroes weed. I don't know what they putting in they lean, they cup. I don't know what's going on, but what is the point of making all this money if you ain't gonna do nothing but buy guns and chains and shoot each other? I just don't get it. Where's the money behind all this senseless killing and stupid shit? It's like they make the money to give it to the Jew lawyers. If they don't realize what they're doing, they making this money, they getting their friends, their family in a worse situation. Pooh Shiesty's family will be in a worse situation now that they tasted a little bit of money and they tasted a little bit of fame and they got to go back to the hood. They're going to be in a worse situation than they was when he started, before he started. All the little bit of money that he got left is finna go put white people kids through school. They are hiring the best criminal attorneys in the world with no guarantee they're going to get off. It's just the best deal that they can get. These attorneys are cleaning these rappers' clock. They never had no money. And whoever is a friend of a rapper, they ain't going to have no money because you got to be down. You got to keep it real. You got to put money on all this money that niggas waste because niggas don't want to live in the right way. You either put money on somebody's books, you either put money on somebody's lawyer fees, you either put money, or either both, or you either taking care of somebody's kids that's they locked up in jail. All because Negroes can't straighten up and fly right. It ain't no money in this unaliving stupidity. Where's the money in it? There ain't no money in this. It's just all ego, all stupid shit. I'm the best nigga. I'm the best kid. The streets don't fuck with nobody. You is not the biggest killer. They got John Gotti out here. You is not the biggest gangster. They all in prison already. They all in the shoe doing 23 and 1. They already got guards scared of them. They already done put in the work that they never see in the light of day. Those are the biggest gangsters. And if that's what you're trying to look forward to, then get in line. This shit's stupid, man. After a certain age, anything that you do start to look lame as fuck. It was cool for niggas to be gang banging and doing all that shit when they were young. You was young, you got all that energy. Cool. It wasn't right because a lot of people got hurt. But when you 30 and 30 plus, nigga, what are you doing? You just ain't got nothing else to do. That's what it is. What responsibilities hit a man, you supposed to have something else better to do than that shit. I wouldn't give a damn. I just get up every day and rake a yard or two. You might be talking shit about me, but nigga, shit. This shit crazy, man. This is crazy. They made gangster because they have made gangster the thing with young men. Most of it ain't gangster. They just fighting over hoes and shooting over girls. A lot of this street stuff, these niggas just showing out for women. And these girls think that shit cute. I stay away from them psychotic hoes and I stay away from these psychotic, emotional, no daddy having ass Negro. Shit stupid. Ain't no money behind that. Go to the military. Shit, you make money putting a bullet in somebody's ass. If that's what you like to do. You like to fight so bad, get paid for it. Shit, they begging Terrence Crawford. They begging to give Terrence Crawford $100 million because of his fighting skills. If you think you can fight like that, why you just knocking niggas out in the street for no reason? Get paid for it. If Terrence Crawford come back right now, he got $100 million waiting on him. 100 M's because of his fighting ability. This shit crazy. He said LA looking bad. They fighting over shit, fighting over city blocks that they don't own. Everybody doing the same dumb shit. It's in every city. Now ain't the time for that shit, man. I'm seeing nothing but opportunity, nigga. Your kids can be, nigga. We done set up our kids to where if they fly right and do the right thing, they can get an academic scholarship. They can get an NIL deal for athletic scholarships in school. They could be millionaires at 17, 18 if you get them a discipline. Shit, we've been making it through sports and athletics. You could do it earlier now. A nigga ain't even got to make it to the league. Motherfucker could be the best guy out of high school and go on to have a great college career, make a couple $1 million in an NIL deal. And you ain't got to make it to the league. Get educated, take that money, and turn it into something else. It's about the flip. This shit crazy, man. But niggas steady focusing on guns, focusing on raggedy ass hoes, focused on stupidity. And the culture love it. And they getting chewed up and spit out. But guess what though? Boy, they making these goddamn laws for these little YNs, boy. They are making these laws for these YNs, and it's gonna be dirty once they finish. And instead of the Black Caucus and Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, they know what's coming down the pipe. They know what's coming down the pipe. They know it. But instead of them focusing their energy on saving these little boys, saving these little girls, and don't let, because they know that life sentence is coming. They finna set it up to where you take a life, you do life. And these young boys are emotional, so they're gonna do it. And there's gonna be a lot of them getting life sentences. And instead of these people focusing their energy on saving our youth, getting programming for these little boys to have something to do other than shoot each other, for the ones that's pretending street, but they gotta stay acting street because there's no other options. I wonder if they're gonna start focusing on putting the trades and coding in school and giving these kids an option for that gun. I wonder. I wonder if they're gonna educate these kids enough so they can understand. Look, boy, you're gonna live longer than what you think, and you're gonna be picking tomatoes in a field like a slave. It's gonna be called forced labor. You're gonna be picking white folks' fruit and making their businesses millions of dollars. You're essentially gonna be a slave. It's gonna be a man on horseback or ATV running through those fields while you are working. Now, are you cool with that? Give them the full information. Don't tell them that they just finna be some YNs and they gonna be straight and they gonna be no. Give them the full information. Cause them people is not finna be playing. I'm telling you. They not finna be playing when they seeing shit like this every single. Watch this. And y'all wonder why these people are supporting Chud the Builder and all these stupid motherfuckers. It ain't just because they don't like you. It ain't just because of race. And I know people don't like to hear that. We don't call out behavior. And once you don't call out behavior, they put you in. It's like you grin you in. The same way we say you grin you in, it's like we don't want to call out the behavior of these people. And when you don't call out behavior, they lump your ass in a group.
Where there was some troubling video of teenagers taking over a Chipotle. It has since gone viral. Now we want to learn more. So let's go out right now to Fox 5 DC's Homa Bash, joining us here with the latest. Homa.
Hey there. So when you talk to anybody who has seen this,
Why does it always have to be the old niggas that don't really talk? They just put pictures up like a kid, cartoon ass niggas. Why don't you take your YouTube page and do something other than talk about what somebody else doing? You monkey see, monkey do ass nigga. Why don't you older than everybody on this app? Why don't you take your black ass and lead by example and you do it? Why don't you stop hiding your face, you little monkey? How they say? Why don't you stop hiding your face and you go out there and do it? Stop always telling another grown man what to do. It always got to be a lame old nigga like that just do that. Enjoy the artwork. Nigga, can't nobody enjoy no artwork. Nigga, we stopped doing cartoon characters as kids, fool ass boy. Be a man and go do it your goddamn self. Coming over here telling somebody what to do, you punk.
This viral video, the violence, the chaos. The first question is always, where are the parents? And this latest brawl coming just one day after the U.S. Attorney for D.C., Jeanine Pirro, said she was going to be holding parents accountable. Today, during a news conference, she doubled down on that claim.
If your teen, parents, is a curfew violator, you're subject to a $500 fine each and every time. And if there are crimes under contributing to the delinquency of a minor, you face up to 6 months in prison. And I am not shy about looking for jail time. The people of the district have had enough, and we do not want this increasing as these teens run wild through our neighborhoods.
Now, this latest chaotic incident happening around 8:40 Saturday night at the Chipotle.
God damn. Hey, hold on, YouTube. Now the news showing this shit now. God damn. That's Black Lives Matter right there. A bunch of our youth showing that Black lives don't matter. Just kicking each other ass on camera in front of everybody. Now, how in the hell you gonna get white folks to respect you if this is the respect we show ourselves? That don't make sense to you. How are we gonna get white folks to respect us as a whole if we going into white establishments? We don't even go into our stay on our own shit. If these little young niggas want to fight like this, why in the hell is you going into a Chipotle, putting the white folks in your business? These kids ain't got no guidance. At least an old head would have said, look here, if you little young motherfuckers want to fight, come on back here into this little field and y'all go ahead and get y'all shit off. Don't be putting them folks in your business because they going to lock your ass up for a fight. If y'all really want to fight, come on over here and get it. We're going to organize this shit. Whoever you want to fight, stop being a coward. Y'all put these gloves on. Y'all line it up right here. Y'all two next. There ain't all this group shit hitting with chairs. If you don't want to be no little punk, come back here with the guy you mad at. Come get it off your chest and get the fuck on. And let it be over with after that. See, if you had men around to discipline and organize this shit, because, yes, kids fight. We fought all the time. And this is a backlash of all this boys no fighting. Now these little boys done lost their goddamn mind. They're going to fight anywhere they go. We need some of the old heads in D.C. to grab these little boys up. And if they really want to fight that bad, open up the gym for them to fight. Organize this stupid ass shit because they seem like this is what they want to do. But if we so-called got a community, then bring these little motherfuckers back into the community and out of Chipotle and keep these white folks out their business and let them fight all they want to. This shit crazy. DC not Brunswick? Well, hey, somebody in DC need to goddamn get a hold of these little crazy motherfuckers because what's going to happen as a result of them acting like this in these people's establishment, watch what happens.
In Navy Yard, you can see about 18 throwing.
Now people mamas and shit about to go to jail for what they badass son doing. Look at this shit. Man, they wailing on these goddamn children. Come on, YouTube. Don't flag me for this shit. That's crazy.
Even throwing.
Look at this shit. They throwing chairs.
High chairs at each other, and innocent bystanders, including.
God, to be more careful, boy. Shit.
Young children huddled in the corner of the restaurant for safety. All the juveniles, they're wearing black. Some have hoods up, some with masks on. Jeanine Pirro today calling on
Man, look at these white folk, man. Come on, man.
Safety. All of the juveniles, they're wearing black.
Come on, man. Look at the little girl in there. Look at the little, all these senators see. I'm going to tell you what all these senators see. All these congressmen, all they see is that little white family right there in that corner hugging their daddy. All they see is that little white girl. First of all, as a man, you should be in front of your goddamn daughter. Now, I'm in front of my goddamn daughter. Ain't nowhere in the hell these niggas throwing chairs. This chair ain't finna hit my little girl. I'm putting my little girl behind me. That's number one. But number two, no little girl should have had to seen this. No little boy should have to grip on his daddy like that. He trying to figure out what to do with his two kids in a Chipotle that if he say a little Bo Peep, he'll get the shit beat out of him too. Now, this is what's going. This is why they say you chimping out and all this other shit. Because some of us do things like this that they not gonna stand for it no more. They not finna understand why you act like this. They not finna worry about your daddy not being there. They not finna worry about your goddamn mama not being there. They finna lock your black ass up. That's what's finna be the next step. Because they don't want to tell the truth that you fucked up by taking these kids' fathers out of the home. Now, not all of them. We know we ain't trying to blame women. We ain't trying to say it's nobody's fault. But I'm telling you right now, if my son was in this video, he would have to worry about me over the police. In the home, out the home, whatever. If I wouldn't give a damn, I could pick out my son through one of these goddamn masks. I know my son. And if my son was on this goddamn video, he would get so many body shots from me that he'll never think about doing no shit like this. I'm going to jail. They'll be like, Kwame, why the fuck you beat your son ass like this? So the police don't have to do it. They can go ahead and lock me up. I'll take the charge. But he gonna know that every time they let me out, I'm fucking him up if he act like this. Not with my goddamn last name. You better go get your mama last name if you gonna act like this. Take my shit back. Go divorce my goddamn last name. I believe you. You better believe me, Miss Collins. I don't birth no shit to act like a wild animal like this. You got me fucked up. I work too hard to have a kid out in the streets running around acting like this. Nigga, give me my name back. Go get your mama name, nigga. If she okay with this shit, go get your mama name. I'm not okay with this. Me and you getting in this ring, and I'm gonna beat this stupid shit up at you. If this what you want to do, you want to be a tough guy, you got to show me you tough. If you can get out this goddamn ring fucking with me, then you can go be in the street, because my ass gonna be laid out on the goddamn ground. And that's the only way your bitch ass gonna be out here on these motherfucking streets. That's the only way, through me. And I bet you my bottom dollar, his little good eating ass, good cereal eating ass, had milk filled up to the top of the bowl eating ass, can't fuck with me. I can guarantee you that. I'm a sugar water baby. Ain't no way no little boy that had full goddamn cereal and milk and peanut butter and every damn thing he wanted go goddamn get through me to talk about being in no damn streets. Hell no. Let me get this stupid motherfucker out of here that said I'm blaming the mamas. Get your stupid ass up out of here. See, we don't need that type of talk. Because anytime my son get out of control, his mama called me. So obviously women need men and men need women. So don't you try that divisive ass dumb shit, you little punk. So get your stupid ass out my chat. Daddies need to be around to put foot in these kids' ass. And women knew that from way back in the day. Don't make me call you daddy. That's the first thing a woman used to say. Even if she was married in a house with a man, first thing a woman said, wait till your daddy get home. So we already knew that. So don't even try that weak ass shit in my chat. You fake ass people that just want to argue, go argue somewhere else. Go argue somewhere else. Because a real woman know that. They ain't even trying to contest that. Only a bitch ass nigga and a lame ass hoe contest what I'm just saying. And we don't got time for that. You got to work together in order to raise kids. It ain't no man do it by himself, woman do it by herself. Hell, you ain't get pregnant by yourself. The hell you talking about? Always got there want to cause division. But ain't no father should have to deal with this shit. No father should have to grab up his goddamn daughter and his son petrified in a corner because some teenagers in a damn restaurant going crazy. That's when parents supposed to come put belt to ass. This father is hopeless. He at the mercy of these teens.
Some have hoods up, some with masks on.
Look at this shit. This nigga gonna walk over there biting people too. Get your black ass away from them goddamn people, man. You got a little girl right here. He gonna walk right in front of this little girl. Why is you bringing the heat round in your little old white girl, man? And then they throw a chair at your black ass and hit the little girl. Come on, man.
Hoods up, some with masks on. Janine Pirro today calling on D.C. Council to pass a curfew law for the summer that would let D.C. police break up gatherings starting after 8 p.m. in
Look at this shit, man.
certain zones. We also heard from the FBI on how they're helping with this investigation.
Man, this is a shame, man. And when they play this on the House floor, when they play this in Congress and pass these laws, they gonna play these goddamn videos, and them white folks go throw the book at these niggas. They gonna throw the book at them. This shit crazy. But don't call this out. Just say it's the white people that's doing everything. Don't call this shit out. You gotta call out them racist ass white folks. But videos like this, believe it or not, will turn some white folks that's not racist into not caring about what happened to you. Because in this video, it looks like they don't care about what happened to nobody else. It's a little girl standing in a corner, and ain't nobody say, hey man, y'all calm down, man. It's little kids in here. Now, even as a teenager, I was smart enough to know that. Hey man, it's a little kid in here, man. Let's take this shit outside. I was with the shit sometimes. Let's fight, but let's take it outside. Let's not do this shit around these kids. Let's not do this shit around these women. If I saw some women, oh, I'm acting like a punk. Nah, man, we ain't gonna fight right here. We ain't doing it right here. The guy that'll turn up in front of the women, we gonna do it right here. I would wait and catch them on the back end, and they'd get the ass whooping of their life. And we're not doing this in front of certain people. You're not supposed to do that. My mama taught me respect. I don't got to prove that I'm this, I'm that. No, but I catch you on the back end, though, if you want to show out in front of these older women. I'm going to catch you on the back end. I'm going to see if you could be all you could be when ain't nobody looking. And most of these niggas, it's just for the show. You catch them by themselves, they really don't want to fight. All that macho man shit that they were pumped up with, it really be gone. It be deflated. You catch them by themselves, boy, they totally different.
Investigate all possible federal violations during these violent takeovers.
Now, D.C. police were in the area at the time. They were monitoring another large gathering nearby. They got to that Chipotle in less than a minute, we're told, and by that time, all the teens involved in the brawl had already fled. So at this point, no arrests have been made. No one has been charged, and we were told no injuries occurred.
Yeah, very troubling video. And as the officials there were talking, I could just imagine they are wanting to try to get ahead of this before, the Memorial Day weekend and then, of course, summer.
Yeah, you hear from law enforcement every single year.
Yeah, motherfucker talking about, boy, I'm going to be in Atlanta, man. We going out for Memorial Day weekend. I said, no, the fuck we ain't. No, the fuck we ain't. Shit, I'm going back old school, nigga. I'm throwing some meat on the grill, eating that shit, drinking me a few beers, smoking me one good, and nigga, I'm minding my business. I'm not going out on no Memorial Day weekend. There's gonna be so many bodies get dropped on Memorial Day, and shit. I'm a pray to God and make it my business that I stay out of the way. Shit, I'ma leave Atlanta. Matter of fact, fuck you mean? I'm out the way, B. No, sir. I go out during the day on them days. I go out during the day, enjoy the sun, enjoy the fun, and stay away from large crowds, and then I get the fuck on. I'm out. I ain't going to no car show. Car show turned into a funeral. You going to the car show? Nope. There's too many cars in my way when I'm trying to get the fuck on in case one of these niggas start shooting. And I don't want to get stampeded. I don't want to get none of that. So, yeah, Memorial Day, if it's hot and sunny outside, hell, I might go rent me a boat. And I'll be out on the boat by myself. Nigga, jumping in that water. Or I'll be, or a select group of friends. We out on the goddamn boat, chilling. They ain't finna be around no motherfucker that every time you go out, you got a mean mug, you got to bring a gun, and you got to use it based on anything a motherfucker say to you. I don't want to be around no shit like that. Hell to the no. It's 2026. Parents ain't gonna do nothing but blame someone else for their kids' action. Well, I ain't that type of parent. And you can't blame it on nobody that ain't there. If you there and you got the rights to your kids, you got the right to make their ass stay in the motherfucking house. And if you can't control your kid, get them to somebody that could. Or you got to be woman enough or man enough to be like, shit, my mom, when my brother bucked up and act too crazy, my mama would tell him, pack your shit, get the fuck up out of here. You go on to the state then. Since you think I can't, because, after a while, the schools started telling us, if your mother do anything or if she touch you, you can let us know about abuse. My mama seen them little brochures and shit they was sending home with the kids. She called it. She said, let me tell you something. You can take this little motherfucker now. Because if you think I ain't going to discipline my child, you might well take him with you now. My mom started packing up our shit. I don't want to go. I was shit. My mama let us know right then and there. Nigga, ain't no telling them white folks what the fuck I do. You can go with them right now if you don't want to be disciplined. Because you going to get disciplined. Now, make your decision. You could pack your shit and go on with the state right now, and you could be a state-raised baby, or you could sit your ass down when I tell you to sit down. And I chose to sit down. Shit. And when she popped my ass upside my head, I ain't running go tell no teacher. I realized, shit, I deserved my ass to get kicked. I was talking too much. And that's the responsibility that you got to give your damn kid, because we'll manipulate the situation. And them white folks, them fucking liberal teachers, will help destroy your child. It had me thinking one time, hell yeah, I'm supposed to tell on my mama. Oh, she popped me in. Yeah, she popped my leg. Sure did. I ain't say nothing about what I did. I ain't say I talked back. Yeah, my mama popped the shit out my leg. What she hit you with? A belt? Oh, is that all she hit you with? I started to realize, hold on, what the fuck you asking me all these questions for? Is that all she hit me with? That's when the street smarts kicked in. Hold on. I had to start telling the truth. Look here, man. I talk back to my mama. That's a rule that you don't do. You don't talk back to your mama. So you talk back to her? Yeah, I talked the goddamn back. You damn right. I talked back to her, and I got my ass popped. Now get out my face, white lady. Trying to get my mama locked up. I realized, I said, oh, you trying to lock her up, huh? You mother trucker. Get me exiled out the house. I'd have got my mama locked up. I'd have had to deal with TJ. And TJ wasn't shit back then. He was a little small, little joker. He was a little bit. Me and him were damn near the same height. But you'd have had to deal with all the other brothers. Shit, hell no. He would have been the least of my goddamn word. But yeah, man, you gotta discipline these kids. They'll manipulate the shit out of the situation.
When summer hits, kids are out of school, the temperature rises and crimes do as well.
No doubt about that. Homa Bash, thanks so much for joining us with Fox 5 DC. We always appreciate the updates. Thanks again.
Time with us. Teen thugs running wild. That's the focus.
Oh, shit. They done called them thugs. Oh, my goodness. Every time they call somebody a thug, boy, that come with a life sentence. I'm telling you, this is the start of it. They said, Ingram said, teen thugs. Laura Ingram, the Ingram Angle. The title say teen thugs. Boy, it's over with, boy. Teen thugs? You see, I tried the Uno reverse card. I say we got a white thug problem because them white thugs is a problem too. But they don't never call them thugs. They done said teen thugs. Oh, shit. You better hide your kids. People in D.C., people that got them young ass bad wild ones, you better hide your kids because they going to hide their ass. They need sweat equity. If y'all think that's just an isolated situation, they need sweat equity, and they gonna get it out your son. They need prisons to be filled up with bodies that can work. They need a young working base. They told you. So, woo, oh. She said, Miss Collins said, I was scared of my mama as an adult. No wonder you like you where you is. Nah, I was scared of my mama as an adult too. Shit, you never know what she gonna do. Shit.
Of tonight's angle. All right, criminals aren't prosecuted. When you make excuses for thug behavior, when you teach kids that it's cool to disrespect law enforcement, even spit at them, when parents aren't parenting, what do you get? That's becoming attacking each other at a neighbor. This was extra spicy. So when the furniture started flying, people were actually trapped inside that establishment. Now, let's remind everyone that 25 members of the National Guard, President Trump often invokes this, are still patrolling in D.C. I saw several of them walking together on 14th Street the weekend before last, said hi.
God damn. I didn't even see this angle. Look at this bullshit. Boy, these motherfuckers has done lost their goddamn mind, man. What in the? I'm talking about all I see nothing but assault, aggravated assault. That chair could be a weapon. Man, this is fucking nuts. What? Who kids these is? What type of kids these is? These motherfuckers SWAT team type of kids. We need to get these little motherfuckers in the military. They war ready. I don't think y'all need to lock these kids up. Y'all need to redirect this energy. They got energy to do some damage. We need to take these little kids, sign their little ass up to boot camp, and let them join the military. They get an option. You join the military or you go to motherfucking jail. Because this is crazy. You got to give them an option though. They kids. They may not have no other outlet because they growing up in fucked up places. You got these kids in war zones. These kids are living fucked up. So you got to give some of them an option. I know this look bad, white folks. I know y'all calling them thugs, and I know y'all on the brink of locking their ass up for the rest of their life. But I'm telling you, you got to give these kids another option. President Trump just let a kid out of jail that had, I think he had 15 life sentences. And President Trump pardoned him. He just graduated college. So people can change. You got to give them an opportunity to grow past this shit. But you got to still be safe. I get it. I'm not saying don't lock their little motherfucking ass up, but you got to give them an option to do better. Some of them probably going to have to be locked up till they 25, till they get their brain together. Some of them, it might save some lives to lock these little motherfuckers up until they get a fully developed, mature brain. Because what's happening is their child development is being interrupted by fucking the internet and this music, this drill, demonic ass music. Their development is being slowed. They're not seeing the things that they're supposed to see. They're not learning the things they're supposed to learn. Oh, it was 2 life sentences. Okay. But this is crazy. You have to try to counterbalance the home life. They're fine. Just imagine a house with a shaky foundation. You can either tear that bitch down or start over, or you can brace that house up, lift it up, and you can put some center blocks up under that motherfucker and make it a stronger base. And then you drop that house back down on it, and it'll be just fine. Unfortunately, that's what's up with these kids. They got a fucked up foundation because how they started in life had nothing to do with them, but how they started is fucked up. And I ain't trying to make no excuses for them because at this age, they should know a little better. But if you growing up in a house where your parents at the club, your parents on drugs, you don't know what their backstory is. But I'm telling you, white folks are at the point where they're not trying to hear none of that shit. They just going to get slave labor out of these kids. They're going to get sweat equity out of them.
But they can't be everywhere, obviously. Now, recall that there were swarms of teens in D.C. in the same area in both March and in April. Motor City was revved up this past weekend, too, where a so-called teen takeover involved around 500 teens. Now, this followed another teen hellscape scenario last month where things...
I 100% agree. Their parents failed them. I definitely 100% agree with that. The parents failed these kids. Because they know what they got little girls out here. You know what can happen to these little girls? Bad enough what can happen to the sons. But you know what can happen to a little girl out here on these streets? And they got teenage girls with all these nasty men wanting teenage girls and what can happen to them with these nasty ass little boys. You think I'm going to have my teenage girl outside? Remember the super predators? Yes, sir, I do. You get that label first, and here come the time. Yep. They label you something, and then it's on. And now they're labeled teen thugs. Here come the law. Here come the boom. Salute to you, bro. And you got to do something about this. If you're not going to do nothing about this, there's going to be more Chud the Builders. You'll create this type of behavior is going to create more Chud the Builders because they're looking at this type of shit and then they look at what Chud is doing and they try to connect the two. Oh, well, shit, they just act like animals and this and that. What Chud is doing don't have shit to do with this. Yes, we have a goddamn problem with parenting and all this shit. We do. We definitely have a behavioral issue and people not being honest about that. Yes, we do. But this clown, Chud the Builder, ain't no guy that's helping the situation. He's going to fan the flames and get people fucked up. So, fuck him. But they're going to get that white boy out of jail. But this is the stuff we need to focus on. We need to focus on imagery to allow, this is supposed to be our youth. This is supposed to be our next generation. So if they say the children are the future, right? And we can look at other races of people's children. We can look at Nigerians, and they're black. Their children are excellent for the most part. Some of them are some damn scammers, but for the most part, they're educated. And they do great work. They become surgeons, doctors, lawyers. They are killing it. They behave. Their behavior, strict. They got a strict base. They start off with a strict mother, a strict father. And so we got to look at that. We got to be able to examine that. You got to kick these kids' ass to keep them in shape and keep them in line. If you spare the rod on your child, even the Bible says you don't love that kid. You don't love them because the law not gonna spare the rod on that ass. Trust me. But I would agree that the parents failed them first. But now this shit is disrupting the everyday ebb and flow of life. And once you do that, they're not gonna let you do that. Asian kids, they killing it. They're learning cognitive skills as babies. They're playing games with these little Chinese and Asian kids that show. They're researching what would help my kid be a better kid. And they're doing these little rope games and these little different drills that you could do with a kid that actually show that will help your kid be a smarter and more into it type of kid. But what do? We want to stuff an iPad in our kid's face because it'll give us that relief that we need to go to sleep. It'll give us that relief that we need to hang out with our buddies because, our kid is just an accessory. Shit, we still got a life, goddamn. Some women still looking for a man. Some men still looking for some hoes. This shit crazy. One thing about it, I ain't in the household with my kids 24 hours a day. But when I was, nigga, law was getting laid down. Nigga, you go into bed by 8:30, and that's at the latest. You doing homework and you running it by daddy before you go to sleep. Yeah, law was laid down in my house. We ain't play them games. You gonna be educated first. Daddy can be slow. My job is to make you faster than me. And by golly, you gonna be faster than a goddamn Lamborghini fucking with me. You going to the Sylvan Learning Center, you going, Daddy, I don't want to hear that shit. Daddy, my friends say they going here for the summer. I don't give a damn. You had a C and we need a B or an A. So you ain't going nowhere this summer until you get there. You going to get it right. And guess what happened? That next year, she had all A's and B's while her friends were slipping and declining. Those are the type of decisions you got to make. All that whining and shit, you can't cry blood. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not your friend. I'm your friend sometimes, but right now, you brought me a C. We ain't never seeing that again. You understand me? Capiche? That's how it got to be. And see, the slippage come when there ain't no rules in place. When there ain't no rules in place and everybody just want to have fun, that's when the slippage come.
Spiraled very quickly. So what do authorities do? What can they do? What are they doing about this? Now, when pressed, Democrat Detroit Mayor Mary Sheffield claimed to be taking it seriously.
We are going to continue to push enforcement and accountability. I want to be very clear that while this administration is creating safe spaces and investing in prevention, we equally are promoting accountability and enforcement, and we will not tolerate violence. We will not tolerate what we saw this weekend, and we will continue to push for parental responsibility enforcement in our curfew.
All right, nice words. Love this language about safe spaces. No safe spaces for the people who are actually law-abiding. But the D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro had the right approach today. You got to get tough, and you got to get tough fast.
This terrorizing is going to end. These are not kids being kids. This is criminal conduct. A social media click is not worth a criminal record. And we will make sure that you have a criminal record. And if you think that being a teen gives you a pass to terrorize businesses and neighborhoods, you're about to find out otherwise.
Love her. Arrests, prosecutions.
Boy, when they say that, I'm telling you, boy, when they say that, I'm going to let y'all teens know what's going to happen, right? The ones that's hitting people with chairs and all that, y'all seem way more dangerous than the other ones that's throwing blows. The ones that they catch with chairs and doing all that, assaulting like that, they're going to lock y'all ass up till you're 18. And then they're going to see if they want to go from send y'all ass to a prison. And it's all going to be based on how you act in there. So if you 15, 16, they're going to give your ass juvenile life. They're going to give you till you're 18, 21. And then based on that, and if you close to 17, 18, your ass might go straight to the big house. If you close to 17, 18 years old, you might go straight to prison. They done sent 17, 18 years old to prison. My brother went to prison at 19. He was sentenced at 18. So they'll send a 18, 17-year-old straight to the damn prison without even batting an eye, depending on what you do. But it's 21 in D.C.? Okay, so they're going to lock your ass up till you 21. If you 15, 14, 15, hitting people in the head with chairs, they're going to lock you up till you 21 years old. And then based on that, they're going to see if they're going to transfer you over to a prison. Which, if they got private prisons that you're going to be able to work in, what you think they're going to do? They'll be more likely to send your ass to go work and get on the work detail. And then I believe that they're going to start saying, let's work these young ones. Let's work these 14 and 15-year-olds. They're going to come up with a program. It's going to sound nice, too. It's going to sound like they're helping when they should help on the streets. You need to get these kids in some type of program on the streets. They need something to do. Is that going to work for every kid? No. But some of these kids, they just don't have nothing to do. They're undereducated. What you think you're going to do when you have a bunch of kids that can't read, can't think? This is fun to them. You've dumbed them down to a state to where this is fun.
And convictions of it, yeah.
Unacceptable. It is violent. It is dangerous, and it is illegal. And I am here to tell you it is going to stop. And parents, I'm talking about you now. We're looking at the parents to make sure that they understand that they are responsible for the upheaval that is going on in this district that is impacting everyone who lives here.
Now, apparently the parents of the Chipotle teens didn't hear what she said on Friday.
Starting today, my office will aggressively prosecute parents under DC's curfew law. Penalty is up to 6 months imprisonment. So if the evidence shows the parent knew or should have known or permitted or failed to prevent participation, we're going to charge them. And if you drop your kid off and you fail to supervise them or you let them skip school to join the chaos, you are going to face fines, court-ordered classes, and possible.
Okay, now I don't see how that works, because if you lock the parent up, let's just say one of these kids is a single mama, from a single mama, right? And you lock their mama up, right? Where is the kid gonna go that's already out in the streets? Is it gonna do a 2-for-1? Are they gonna lock the kid up and the mama? Because there's a lot of good parents with rogue kids, so this is gonna be weird. These little niggas finna get their mamas locked up. God, to be more careful. God damn. Oh, man. That's crazy. What are you gonna do with the kid if the parent is locked up? He said the system, baby. They gonna get a 2-for-1, bro. They gonna lock the kid and the goddamn mama up. Look here, while your mama in jail for these 6 months, and now she gonna get out and don't have a job, and this shit finna ruin black families even worse. God Golly. Just imagine a struggling mother that only making ends meet with her 9-to-5 job. Her little badass kid that she already, ain't around because she got to work all the time. Maybe if, excuse me, maybe if they was giving money to American citizens and not illegals, they could have had programs to help mamas watch their kids or send them to a boot camp while they was at work. But no, the mama got to go to work. The kid out by itself. The kid go leave the house. And even Charleston White said that. He had a good mama. His mama was at work. He ended up being a part of unaliving a white man. So that means Charleston White mama would have went to jail because of something her son did. I don't know if I agree with that. I do understand the sentiment that you want to get parent involvement because for the life of me, all it would take is one phone call. That's all. You can say whatever about me, but if my baby mama called me and say one of your kids say they going to this teen takeover, that would be all I need to hear. And I know goddamn well my kid would no longer be at that teen takeover. Because I'll be there fast. Then you can say hi chew. And then I'm going to take over.
Jail time.
Yeah, jail time for parents. Then who takes care of the kids? But, her point is well taken. Of course, D.C. juries, as we know, are a problem here. But the prosecutions have to happen nonetheless. Now, these mobs usually gather after being alerted by a social media post. Then it's all off to the races. And as usual, most of these big problems happen in cities run by liberal politicians who are more worried about offending community activists and Al Sharpton than solving the crime problem. So when multiple shootings involving teens over the weekend happened in the blue city of Austin, Texas, the Democrat mayor decided to explain how random it all was.
2 times they fired at a firehouse and struck a truck into apartment buildings where officers then had to go door to door, ensuring that everyone inside those homes were safe. And they did that. Resources were immediately called in to assist patrol, and we started to make connections and identify those similarities, and then realized that the series of stolen vehicles were involved.
As a police chief, obviously, but it was a weak response, similar to what we heard back in April from another.
Somebody said in the chat about black women lead them with their mom, lead them with their dads. Hell yeah, it's gonna be some black women signing, knowing they got a badass son that think he a stepper. They gonna sign that little motherfucker over to his daddy. Yeah, you know what? Come on over here. I know you don't know him, but little Tay Trey, he 15 now, and he been thinking about you. He want to meet you this whole time. Little Tay Trey, a big blood and shit. She would have given little Tay Trey to the daddy. Now, the daddy would be like, yeah, I look forward to the opportunity of meeting little Tay Trey for the first time. You ain't meet Tay Trey before 15? Yeah, I met him at the hospital, but then she put me on child support. I had to fight this whole. So now little Tay Trey is a big gang member, but the dad ain't gonna know that his prison time on the line, his 6 months in jail on the line, if he don't get this little boy turned around. It's gonna be a lot of mama drop them goddamn kids off. Like, you deal with this little motherfucker. Cause if jail is on the line, they gonna want that for a man. So I think it would be wise. I think this is going to be it might be a new initiative to get these daddies involved with their kids, because women all over the globe are going to be nervous about this shit here. Trust me. They going to learn to work together. They going to force parents to work together with this one. Because a dad going to be like, look here, boy, you ain't finna get your goddamn mama locked up fucking around. This might have a different effect. Might. Who knows? But we going to see. The kids have no guidance? Hell no, they ain't got no guidance. But see, this is what happened when you encourage kids to have kids. Remember, they was encouraging kids to have kids on television. Teen and Pregnant, 16 and Pregnant, and all these shows highlighting these girls having kids, trying to make it seem like a good thing. They should have showed all the other kids having fun, riding bikes, getting ready for college, and then show another kid just sitting there changing a diaper. Because that was going to happen. They do this kind of stuff in the mall. Here, we just get our stuff from Amazon. That's crazy.
Blue City mayor after a teen mob rampaged through Chicago. Back then, Brandon Johnson reported that there were credible reports of a teen trend forming in Hyde Park. Teen trend. So that's zero leadership. It's zero recognition of why this keeps happening and how to stop it. And in large part, this is the legacy of the way Democrats and a few weak-kneed Republicans handled the so-called Summer of Love in 2020. Remember, police were villainized as racist thugs. Vandalism and crime was left unprosecuted. In fact, in some cases, it was almost justified. Democrats prostrated themselves to the woke gods, and in the end, $1 to $2 billion in damages nationwide, and at least 25 individuals were killed. Nearly 1,500 businesses damaged in Minneapolis alone. And it's still not really recovered there. Those hurt worst, of course, were the most disadvantaged. But the race hustlers, they whip people up into a frenzy instead of working peacefully for legislative changes. This was all in the wake of George Floyd. Now, all of this was seen by our young people. They were 6 years younger back then. But the anti-police propaganda continued to be fed to them in schools, sometimes in the pulpit, but all across the culture, in Hollywood, online. Now, none of this helped. It made an already very difficult situation in certain inner city environments even more volatile. And now here we are. So common sense responses and painful consequences have to follow. Curfews are not racist. Neither are shopping mall rules prohibiting unaccompanied teens from gathering at certain times. So parents, pastors, it's time to step up. And politicians, either empower your prosecutors and your police or step aside. Do what we know works before summer temperatures and tempers really heat up. And that's the angle.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox.
It ain't even hot yet, and this happened. Man, they said, oh man, it's a report saying they canceled my boy Vincent Everett Ellison, man. Oh man, they say they canceled our boy, man. Let me see what they saying, man. What did he do? What did he say? A Righteous Perspective said, shout out to the Righteous Perspective. I see those subscribers going up. He said, a black man goes off with truth, absolutely destroys entire Democratic Party. I think I played this before, but his title says he's canceled. So let me see. I think I played this before. So maybe he's not canceled.
They're replacing you. Better get ready for it. The white Anglo-Saxon Protestant is their enemy. That's the common enemy that they have. They've always said it. And that hodgepodge of weirdos have all come together to form a fist to take you out. And it's nothing new under the sun, y'all. Governments have done this before. When they can't control their populations, when they have a part of the population they don't like, they replace them. Hey, ask Adolf Hitler about it, right? He didn't like the Jews, he just replaced them. Stalin didn't like the kulaks, he replaced them. Mao Zedong didn't like the landlords, he replaced them. See where I'm going with this now? And they always want to catch you when you're asleep because you always believe because you're such good people. No one could ever do that. That's when they get you. Men and women have to be sober-minded. The reason why me and my family has excelled in the United States of America is because I always see them coming.
This brother's powerful. I am surprised that I have just been introduced to him maybe within the past month or so, but I am so glad that I have been fortunate.
Oh yeah, I played this video before. And that's what I said. When I first heard Vincent Everett Ellison, I'm like, what the fuck? How is he still on YouTube? Like, this joker don't play. So, okay, Righteous Perspective, shout out to this brother. He hasn't seen a lot of Vincent. And maybe he saw it on my show for the first time. I don't know. I feel like I'm like the black media. I'm like an A&R. I break all the good black media content creators, even though it don't help me out a lot, but it helped them. I think a lot of people get looks off of me showing their stuff because it's good content. It's just you got to see it. You just got to open up. You got to, expose it to people. And yeah, man, I think Vincent is a star. I want to see him debate Roland Martin. I want to see all these bourgeoisies that attack celebrities and call them stupid, then debate the people that's in your same field. Don't punch down. You know, we got some big homies. We got some big. How the young boys say, we got some big homies in Vincent Ellison. We got Larry Elder. We got Thomas Sowell. We got this triple OG Thomas Sowell. Come holler at Thomas Sowell about anything you want to talk about. He been doing this shit for years. Don't just go get the guy that ain't gonna be up in your face and destroy you with facts. They just want to hear Dr. Claude Anderson. He got some great plans too. But he not going to tell you about the other side of that bull stuff that you be doing. You know, come holler at these OGs.
Well, hello. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. I heard y'all been kind of looking for me, right? Well, I'm here. And I was around your beautiful city today, and I walked around it, and it's just beautiful. And I think I brought the heat with me. It's beautiful here. You know, our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, he was a country lawyer. He's talking to the jury. And he asked him a question. He said, if you had a dog and you counted his tail.
KB Skip took former teammate show and he crying about it. Man, I don't believe that. That's still Gilbert show. They couldn't have took his show. Because the way he said it, that he formed it to where Skip just worked for him. So now we're not about to start no beef. I'll text him and ask him. I'll text him and ask him before we bleed out. We'll get C on ass. Because I'm not about to start no back and forth with this boy over no stupid ass shit. If his show got taken, that's him.
There's a leg. How many legs would the dog have? The jury said 5. He said no. Still be 4. Because the tail is still a tail. Because you call it a leg doesn't make it a leg. It is still a tail. This is kind of what we're talking about here tonight. Just because you call something something doesn't mean that that's what it is. We've gone into a level of abject insanity here in America, and it's got to be dealt with. Man, I was walking through the city today, just enjoying the weather and enjoying the people, and I saw this mural on the side of the parking garage. Caught my attention. And it said, weaponize your privilege to save black bodies. And then got a black man on it, looked like he did. And I was seeing some of the students, and I was saying, hey, what is that about? And a lot of them didn't know. And then one young lady said, I think it came from the Black Lives Matter protests and things that were going on here. And I said, weaponize your privilege. So who are they talking to? And she said, well, I think they're talking to white people. And I said, they're saying they have some type of privilege over me to save black bodies? I mean, what are they saying? And it dawned on me. I said, the left has a God complex. Black people think that they're inferior, and white liberals think that they're God. And black people are praying to white liberals to save their lives.
He is absolutely right. And that's why when I see the brothers and sisters in the comment section talking about what is the government going to do for me, and the Republicans haven't done anything for me, and the liberals, they're the ones that's willing to at least listen to us, so forth and so on. You people have a inferiority complex. Y'all are the same people talking about how y'all don't like white people, and white people are the devil, and they're racist, and they're this, that, and the third, but yet you are looking to them to save you. It makes absolutely no sense. That type of thinking makes no sense. A lot of you guys are suffering from Stockholm syndrome. You are. And to be honest with you, you have a lot of white liberals out there that don't know black people, that allow you to believe that you're a victim, try to continue to let you or make you think that you're oppressed when you're not. Let's keep listening to this brother. He is going to break it down.
Weaponize your privilege to save black bodies. It reminds me of an outtake from The Godfather, which he left it in the movie, Francis Ford Coppola. It was an outtake. Vito Corleone is going to see his concierge, Jinko. He's dying. And he brings all of his sons. Jinko's not going to make it through the night. And Jinko's afraid. He's scared to death. He's lying there and he sees Vito come in with his sons. And he says, Godfather, save me from death. When death comes in the room, make some deal. He's seen Vito do all these great things his whole life, right? And he thought the Vito was like supernatural. He said, make a deal with death. Pull some strings, make death go away. And Vito looked at his old friend, seeing how afraid he was. He looked at him and said, Jinko, I have no such power. Do not fear death. And Jinko said, well, then just stay with me. The left would tell the black community that we have that power. See, Vito told Jinko the truth. I have no such power. But when the black community goes to the left and they ask them, can you feed me? Can you clothe me? Can you educate my children? Can you make me like you? Can you make me equal to you? They say, yes, we can do it if you just give us your soul. And for 50, 60 years, we've fallen for that lie. And we're at the bottom of every socioeconomic statistic in the United States of America. Look at where they rule. Everywhere they rule. Detroit, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Memphis, everywhere they rule. Murder, mayhem, death, destruction, worse schools. They control every whorehouse, every crack house, every failing school. Haven't you done enough to my people? Haven't you killed enough of them? Haven't you put enough of them in prison, destroyed enough of their families? I hold you in utter contempt. And then you have the nerve to say you want to expand it. You have no shame.
Do you hear the passion? Do you hear the passion? He's absolutely right. I
don't know if y'all remembered this video, but I played this video months ago. And boy, look at here. I see why they don't like this dude. He's not going to be on TV, so we got to pump his videos on YouTube. And the knowledge that he has, people don't contest. They don't even show up to my channel no more. When I talk politics and I bring on the points that Vincent Everett Ellison that point out, they don't even come to the channel to even discuss the topics no more. I drop the links. He hit them with so many facts, they don't even want to come. Oh, Kwame, you don't know shit about politics. You just playing Vincent Everett Ellison video. Is what he's saying wrong? I'm citing my source. In college, all you got to do is cite your source. I'm not doing plagiarism. I say where the original content come from. And I agree with it. You can look up some of the dates. It's like they find any reason not to want to change. I guess we love this shit, I guess. It seems like we love it.
Liberal-led city, those do you believe? It's actually meant to destroy.
Great movie, Cool Hand Luke. When the woman told Luke he was doing these things to him for his own good. What did Luke tell him? I wish you stop being so good to me, boss. Well, I think that's about what the black community is getting ready to tell the left. I wish y'all stop being so good to us. We want to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion tonight, right? We're dealing with people, y'all, who at this present time do not believe in science. Our Declaration of Independence say that we hold these truths to be self-evident. What is self-evident? That means that I shouldn't have to explain this to you. That's what self-evident means. There are some truths that are self-evident. That's a tree. No, it's not. Man, I ain't gonna argue with you about that. If you don't have enough sense to know that's a tree, you know. That's the sun. No, it's not. Dude, that's the sun. No, it's not. No, Thomas Jefferson said some truths are self-evident. That all men are created equal. I shouldn't have to argue with you about this, okay? Oh, no. Not with the left. No, 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 no. You can tell when the science says a woman has excess chromosome, man has XY. No, they don't. And you just look. It's fluid. Gender is fluid. So I can tell you today that I'm a woman, right? Yeah. And I can go to a woman's bathroom. Yes, you can. And then tomorrow I can tell you I'm a man. Yeah. See, that's insanity. And what we've done, we have become too politically correct to call it exactly what it is. We want to engage them in some type of intelligent conversation. Instead of saying, look, man, you need help. You need, you need to go to a psychiatrist. We need to put you in an institution. Something is wrong with you. The inmates are running the asylum. It's like anything else. Hitler gets power. What did he do? Bring a bunch of psychotics around him. A bunch of crazy guys. And then they went to destroying the whole world. Stalin gets power. What does he do? Since he's crazy, brings a bunch of crazy guys around him. They go to kill their own people. Mao Zedong gets power. And what does Mao do? Brings a bunch of other crazy people around him. And they start killing everybody into 60, 50, 70, 80 million people in China. Hell, Castro got power. What did Castro do? Brought a bunch of crazy people around him. Started killing people in Cuba, just blowing people's brains out. Him and Che Guevara just went to town. Pol Pot, you name it. Somehow or another, insane people get power. And when they get power, they do crazy stuff. You take it all the way back to Nero, man, when he made his horse a consulate. We are living in that time right now, where insane people have gone at power in media and in government. And they are dictating to us state-sanctioned insanity. And we have to start calling it exactly what it is. I'm not going to entertain your foolishness, man. You're a freaking nutcase. And you need to be put in a straitjacket.
so appreciative of Brother Ellison. He's willing to stand up there and tell the truth. The policies of the left, they don't make sense. Anyone that has common sense can see the insanity around what they're trying to tell us. Men can be women. Women can be men. Men can have babies. What? It makes no
sense, but it makes a lot of sense. Hey, it goes back to this thing I was telling people about a long time ago. You know, I'm just a little dumb bust, so nobody listen. But a long time ago, I told you there's this thing called company policy. And company's policy has allowed for all of these people to be a part of all of the large corporations. They have a sensitivity division damn near where they teach corporations how to deal with talking and gendering and doing all these things. So these people don't want to lose their job. So it doesn't matter how crazy it sounds. It don't matter whatever it is, people got to eat. So they're not going to say Jack Judy. Straight up and down.
sense. And he's right. They're pushing it not only in law, but they're pushing it on our children in schools. It's gotten completely out of hand. It's time for common sense people. It's time, honestly, for Christians to step up and say, no, we're not dealing with it. We're not accepting it. We're pushing back against it.
I'm not going to argue with you. When you engage a fool in an argument, you don't know who the fool is. You're the fool, you know. Intelligent man can't argue with a fool. And that's what we've been doing, and I refuse to do it. So we walk around saying, why do black people need DEI? Show you how stupid it is, okay? Show you how stupid DEI is. And I say this about affirmative action also. Okay, you say the government is racist. Yeah, government is racist. And businesses are racist. Yeah, they are, and we need DEI and affirmative action. I said, so you're going to give the racist government and the racist business the ability to go into the black community and choose the people that they want to elevate. Who do you think they're going to choose, Malcolm X or Step and Fetch It? Step and Fetch It. They're going to choose the people that they want, the people that they are comfortable with. And this is why, after 50 years of affirmative action, we're still at the bottom of everything. Why? Because when they chose the black people they wanted, the people in the Black Caucus, bunch of Step and Fetch It's.
Absolutely. He took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, see the Black Caucus. These people have been in power, and they've had the fact that they have a Black Caucus is ridiculous to me. You guys are in there to represent Americans, not just black people. Come on, stop it. But I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you are a Republican and you're black, they won't allow you into the Black Caucus. So why won't they just call it what it is? It's the Black Liberal Caucus. Because if you are a black conservative, they will not accept you. That just lets you know how intolerant the left is. They want all of us to be tolerant of their foolery, their debauchery. But they are some of the most intolerant people on the planet.
Wait, so there's no black Republicans in the Black Caucus? How in the hell did y'all let that happen? I thought you want diversity. Don't you want diverse opinions? They all black. You got to have checks and balances. So they want checks and balances everywhere else, but that's crazy. So only Democratic liberals in the Black Caucus. Interesting.
What do? Black schools are the worst schools in the history of the world. 85% of the people are not proficient in reading or math. You can bring in school choice. No. Why don't you want school choice? Because, well, they won't tell you this. The teachers' unions give 99% of their money to these guys, and these guys, then take care of the teachers' union, give them a monopoly. So, you got a war zone going on down in the ghettos. Why don't you let people arm themselves and defend themselves? No. Why? Well, man, if you arm yourself, you can't keep, what's when we want to sell the dope on the street and let the illegals in. People defend themselves, so we can't do that. Well, the people are Christian and they're Muslim and they're Jewish. Why don't you let them pray their religion? No. You kick God out of the schools, brought the drag queens in, put the Bible out to school, brought the porn in, took discipline out to schools. Now what you got? Children cussing out the teacher, fighting, raising hell, smoking blunts. And when you ask them to change it, no, because that's exactly what they want. Based on that, I said before, I'll say it again, loud and proud, perpendicular on the square, that the left are nothing but a cabal of perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots. All they do is meditate on blood. You see what's coming over that border? Sex trafficking, fentanyl killing 100,000 Americans a year. And they will not stop it. They'll let Ukraine go down. Hey, if you just stop what's going on at the border, we'll give you the money for Ukraine. No. You know why? They're replacing you. Better get ready for it. The white Anglo-Saxon Protestant is their enemy. That's the common enemy that they have. They've always said it. And that hodgepodge of weirdos have all come together to form a fist to take you out. And nothing's new under the sun, y'all. Governments have done this before. When they can't control their populations, when they have a part of the population they don't like, they replace them. Hey, ask Adolf Hitler about it, right? He didn't like the Jews, he just replaced them. Stalin didn't like kulaks, he replaced them. Mao Zedong didn't like the landlords, he replaced them. See where I'm going with this now? And they always want to catch you when you're asleep because you always believe because you're such good people. No one could ever do that. That's when they get you. Men and women have to be sober-minded. The reason why me and my family has excelled in the United States of America is because I always see them coming. I was born on a cotton plantation in Haywood County, Tennessee. My father was a sharecropper when I was born. The most violent Klan faction in America was the Tennessee Klan. The Grand Wizard of the Tennessee Klan lived in my hometown, Brownsville, Tennessee. I didn't know this until I was reading David Garrow's piece in Standpoint Magazine about Martin Luther King Jr. He was talking about the FBI files and how legitimate they were. And he mentioned that. It almost blew me. I said, what? He lived in Brownsville? Here's the thing. I called my dad and asked my dad about it. I said, Daddy, did the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan live in Brownsville? He said, yeah. So you know where he lives? He said, yeah. He lived right down. He told me exactly where he lived. I said, why didn't you ever tell me? He said, it did not matter because he wasn't going to bother me because I'd have blown his brains out. You see that? Oh, but we was all supposed to be scared back then. My father said it did not matter. It had no effect on him whatsoever. I'd have blown his brains out if he'd come near me. That's how I was reared.
And you heard that? Now, that won't work for everybody because they'll mount up on you. But for the most part, if they know that you're going to fight back, any wild animal, they'd rather take an easy prey. They don't want to chase, catch, fight, and then do all that. They want to catch something that they can kill real easy, have a good meal. They want a nice little easy prey. They don't want that prey that's going to fight back. They don't want somebody that's going to demand that you respect them or your life on the line. They don't want that because it can go either way. They want people that's just going to sit there and take it. And most people nowadays, they lose because they sit there and take it or they get out of control.
Always see them coming. And I'm using that to tell you right now, I have seen these people destroy a generation, 2 generations of Black Americans. We've been like a scientific test for them so they can then put it all over the United States of America. They know how to do it now. Oh, put the hip hop music down there. N-word, B-word, W-word. Yeah. Let the children hear it. Wire them up to hate one another. And now they kill each other on the industrial level. They give them awards now, y'all. NAACP, yeah, they give rappers awards now. Give them awards for transitioning their children. And so it goes. Richard Pryor had this joke. He said if you, white people would see somebody in the Black community high on heroin, and they say, oh, Lord, isn't this a shame? And then when it would come to the white community, he said, it's an epidemic. His joke said that what starts in the Black community ends up in the white community. And I'm seeing it. All the pathologies that we've dealt with since it started in the 70s and 80s are now being brought into the white community. And it's been bought by the left. People, DEI is a Trojan horse. Let me in. Let me in to choose your leaders and choose the people to elevate. Let me in. And I'll choose the best ones. Are you boss? Yes, I will. And then they end up getting the ones who are not going to do you any good whatsoever because they haven't. Have they? They haven't. See, the proving ground, you guys, is the NFL, NBA. America accepts those young men on the football and basketball field because they know they all earned it. We have no doubt. This is why the Super Bowl we watched the last time was the most watched TV show in the history of television. All those black men out there on the football field, everybody's cheering. You know why? Because you know all of them earned their right to be out there. It is no doubt. Those coaches are not going to put you out there if you don't earn it. And we accept it because of that. This goes back to the biblical concept of why DEI is so dangerous, so misconstrued, so ridiculous. In our Bible, we can go all the way back to Genesis. I decided to read my Bible over again. I read it many times, but I started reading it again last year. And I read something that's going over my head 100 times. Thomas Wolfe said you can see things 100 times before you see it once. And I read Genesis and the story of Cain and Abel 100 times. And I missed this. We all know the story. Cain was angry because God had accepted his brother Abel's offering, and it turned down Cain's. God, understanding that Cain was angry, went to see his grandson, confronted him. And he gave Cain an insight into how the human mind works, how he had wired it up. He said, Cain, why are you angry? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if not, sin waits for you at the door to master you, but you must master it. Think about that. God said, if you do well, will you not be accepted? Y'all, that kills DEI, it kills it. And it is proven to be correct every time. Jesse Owens goes to Nazi Germany in the 30s and beats Adolf Hitler. He gets a ticker tape parade in New York City. You can see it online. Just hundreds, thousands of people out there just cheering him. Black man beating a bunch of Nazis and Americans. Joe Louis knocks out Max Smelling in Yankee Stadium at the eve of World War II. And everybody cheers Joe Louis, a black man. You have Jackie Robinson knocking his home runs. He finally gets called up by Rance Rickey. And then he becomes so good that nobody in baseball, no one in Major League Baseball can ever wear his number again. Number 42 is retired forever. Nobody can wear it. Muhammad Ali, shuffling, hitting, jabbing. They tried to put him in jail, took everything he had. At the end of his life, he said, I am the greatest. What's on his tombstone? I'm the greatest. Why? They all did well. DEI on top, they let us choose. You can't do it. You can't do it on your own. They have the nerve to say they're superior to me. If you say you have some type of privilege over me, you're telling me you're superior to me. That's interesting, isn't it? I got a room full of mostly white Americans here right now. Which one of y'all got privilege over me? I want to see you. Oh, nobody's standing? White supremacy. Which one of you is supreme over me? And we're correct. You know why?
Boy, that room went silent. I like it. Hey, it's some white people in this room. Which one of y'all got privilege over me? Which one of y'all supreme over me? That was hilarious. I ain't never seen nobody do that. Oh man, golly, that's a bold way to put it, because it makes you have to think about what it is that these people come out and tell us, our so-called leaders. I like this dude.
No one can be superior to me because I'm an heir of Jesus Christ and I'm a child of God, same as you. We are all equal. We are all brothers and sisters. We all have gifts. We're not like a herd of animals who all are the same and do the same thing. God made us all so completely different. Oh my goodness. One person can play a piano. One person can sing. One person can cook. One is a doctor. One is a mechanic. One is an HVAC man. One is a landscaper. And we make this beautiful society. And our job is to elevate each other's gifts. Elevate them. We are here to find, what do you do well? God gave you something. And when you find it, man, that's a beautiful thing. If you're a lawyer, God, I want you to be a good lawyer because I don't want to be going to jail because
That's the same thing I was trying to tell that mumble mouth Tears. Stop being so jealous that I played basketball. That's my gift, nigga. Your gift is HVAC. Go build your stuff out, scale yourself, and you can make whatever money you want. You don't have to be no professional athlete. If you a mailman, whatever you are, be good at what you do. Invest your money. Everybody got a gift. It's some people know how to do their own taxes. It's some people know how to braid hair. It's some people know how to cook. Invest in your gift. We all have one. And when you say that to people, oh, no, you just saying that because you played ball. You just saying that because you did this. Quit worrying about what the fuck I did and focusing on what it is that you can do. How the hell you going to find your gift worried about mine all the time? They've taught you to just be jealous of other people's gift like that Cain and Abel. Instead of you finding it is what your gift is and keep rolling. That shit's stupid.
You're not going. If you're a doctor, I want you to be a good doctor. I don't want to die when I lay on the table with you, man. If you're a good cook, oh God, I love you. I want to pay my money. I want to eat my meals. Oh man, here's a good tip. You know, the world is beautiful when we do that. But instead they want to say, oh, I don't have what I am supposed to have because of you. You don't have the power to hold me down. Walking around, looking at somebody I don't know, pointing at them, telling them, you held me down. No. And to every American, let me tell you this. I give you permission to say this to anybody. If somebody comes up to you and tells you that you are responsible for where they are in their life, you tell them this. You say, let me tell you something, man. If you need a good preacher, I'll help you find one. If you need a good job, I'll help you get one. If you need a good education, learn to read and write, I'll help you, I'll teach you myself. But I will not live in condemnation for you. You're going to not make me feel bad about your trifling behavior. And if you don't want to accept that, if you come and try to take anything from me or mine, I got two things that'll get you off of me, and that's Jesus and my 38. You better not try me.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's the message, y'all. That's how you help your brother. And then stand there and say, now what you want to do? What you want to do? I'm not scared of you. Don't walk up to me and try to condemn me because you didn't want to go to school. All this stuff started in the 60s with the civil rights movement. Black people making gains, y'all. And I wrote this in my first book, Iron Triangle, and I wrote it in 25 Lies. I'd studied the time between 1940 after World War II and 1960 for the civil rights movement. And black people were closing the gap without any marching. I mean, we had Joe Louis, we had integrated baseball, we had cut our poverty rate from 80% to 30%. The black family was intact. 80% of our children were born in wedlock. Nobody was going to prison. And then the civil rights movement started and said we were all victims. And then we need to come to government to help us. We were on our way to being like other minority groups in America, Jewish people, Asian people, people that descended from India, set aside by doing better than the white population. And then the civil rights movement happened. And now if you look at Black America, they've rejected it. The whole concept of believing that you could force compliance, force people to accept you was insanity. You can't do it. It has to be a natural affinity for one another. You have to learn to love one another. So how was it supposed to work? All right, Martin Luther King walks up there and he says, and I saw this at the Lorraine Motel. I was there doing some research. They turned it into a museum. And they were looping his I Have a Dream speech. And I'd heard this speech 1,000 times. This time I heard it different because Kaepernick and all these guys are kneeling. They were angry. I was born on a cotton plantation. And I'm not angry, right? What are these guys angry about? And I heard King say something that I said, that's the poison pill right there. King said, 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, the Negro is still not free. That is a lie. I was born free. According to John Locke, in his second treatise of government, my freedom is a gift from God. It is an unalienable right. That's why Thomas Jefferson used it in the Declaration of Independence. It's unalienable. It's given to you by God, not by government. It is irrevocable, non-transferable, and unsellable. So people say, well, they put you in jail, have they taken your freedom? No, they have not. They've taken your liberty. Freedom is here. While you're in their jail, God is still going to hold you responsible for everything that you do. If you lie, you steal, you kill somebody, how you conduct yourself. Your freedom is here. And you're going to be held responsible for your freedom. So he says 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, we're not free. He said 5 times in that speech we were not free, and then we had to come to government for our freedom. It turned the Declaration of Independence on its head because Thomas Jefferson told the king, we are free. God gave us our freedom. And the king said, no, I gave it to you. Thomas said, no, we'll see about that. You want to ride this train? Come on, ride it. And then they signed a document saying, we pledge our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Think about this now. The founding fathers knew King George was coming. King George said, when I get there, I ain't gonna just kill you. I'm gonna bring you back to Great Britain. I'm gonna hang you till you're almost dead. Then I'm gonna cut you open. I'm gonna pull your guts out and I'm gonna castrate you. Then I'm gonna cut off your limbs and send them to the othermost parts of the British Empire. Just I'm gonna do that every last one of y'all. And they said, sign the document and send it to him. We pledge our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. That's why these guys are legendary. Instead, y'all wanna give us DEI. Let us do it for you. Let us choose your leadership for you. Never me, never me. So if I see somebody with DEI on his application, I'm gonna say it is dead on arrival as far as I'm concerned. I'm not gonna ride on the plane with him. I'm not gonna let him be my doctor, and he sure can't be my friend.
Wow. Wow. That brother Vince Everett Ellison is awesome. He said a whole heck of a lot. And I agree with everything he said. Prior to the last couple Civil Rights Act, Black people were starting to really thrive. A plethora of businesses owned: hotels, cab companies, bus companies, restaurants, life insurance companies, car manufacturing organizations. I mean, a plethora of businesses were owned. Not only were they starting businesses, but they were hiring their own people. 80% of kids at that time were born to unions under wedlock, not out, but within. We didn't have the shooting, killing, stealing, and thugging going on in our neighborhoods the way we have them today. We gave it all away. We gave it all away for victimhood and oppression. Martin Luther King led his people into a burning building. He did mention that prior to his death. I feel like I led my people into a burning building because we were on our way. And now you have people who make millions of dollars pushing victimhood and oppression on their own people. I've seen these DEI units. I've seen it. I've worked in corporate America, and I've seen the people that they hire. Heck, I've actually was offered an opportunity to be in a position or one of these DEI units. I turned it down. It just goes against everything that I believe in, because I believe in working hard. I've worked in corporate America for over 15 years. And pretty much everywhere I've been, as I continue to grow my career, I've worked my way into being one of the upper echelon performers within the organization. And in the last couple of places, I was in the top, 5% of producers in those areas or in those organizations. And I would tell people every day I come to work to whoop y'all tail. And it wasn't something that was derogatory. I'm just an uber competitive person. So of course I played sports and things of that nature. Of course, I don't play to just play. I play to win. So when I would go to work, I would go to work to win. If that means I got to come in an hour early, if I got to stay 2 hours late, that's what we're doing to win, because I always want to be the best. I don't have that victimhood mindset. Woe is me, I'm Black and they won't let me have anything. No way. You give me an opportunity to be here and I'm about to take full advantage of it. And again, I come to whoop everybody's tail. And then I'll take you to lunch and we can go hang out and coke it and joke it. But while we up in here competing, hey, I'm here to compete. And that's where a lot of Black people have failed, because they've taken on this victimhood and oppression mindset. And when you take that mindset on.
If y'all want to go watch the rest, go to Righteous Perspective. He got about 10 more minutes of that video. It is off the chain. That was a hell of a video. But I looked it up. Let me show y'all. Kwame's a victim. Let me see you try to make me one. But anyway, but on the internet, we can all say whatever. Share screen. Is the Black Caucus? It said, let me show more. All right. Are there any Republicans in the Black Caucus? It says no. It says currently there are no Republicans in Congress, in the Congressional Black Caucus, CBC, while the caucus is officially nonpartisan and has occasionally included Black Republicans in the past, such as former Representative Mia Love and Alan West. But all current members are Democrat. Interesting. So much for diverse. So much for diverse. Let me show y'all this video. This will be my last video for y'all. This is on the Unexplained Outlook. This young lady, I saw a little snippet. This young lady right here, I'm sick of these mother effers. Boy, she don't play.
Any Black person.
Watch this. She don't play, boy. Hey, it hit different when a Black woman say it. I ain't gonna lie. It hit different because can't nobody say shit against it. Like if other Black women say something, they don't usually give a damn. A man can't say nothing because we ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. And white men, they usually scared to say something to Black women. So it hit different when a Black woman say something with her chest. So I want y'all to hear how this sounds. because she cold. You said, KB, I'm still astonished by Gotham City God and his stats yesterday. Yeah, I think I'm going to play that again, too. I was going to surprise y'all with that because I think they need, I might play that once alive. I hate black women, but I just gave this black woman all the praise. No, I don't like you. So let me show you what I do with people I don't like. Yeah, I don't like you. Now, I'll give you an opportunity to hit the link if you would like. Now that I blocked you and you probably just watching and can't text no more, I'll give you an opportunity to hit the link if you would like, and you tell me how you came to these conclusions. Yeah, I done blocked your little ass, so let me drop the link, and then you could tell me how you came to these conclusions. I'll stop the show for you, because we like conversation over here. We don't like all that chat gangster talk that y'all do. Come have a conversation, or you up out of here. Thomas Wilford, Miss I don't like black women. When I just said this black woman is cold. See, I told you this world, these people have been cowards for a long time. They hide behind their education. They hide behind that they're better than you. They hide behind you angry and I just can't talk to you. They'll find any excuse in the book to insult you, talk about you, but they never, ever, 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 ever want to have a conversation with you. They'll argue with you. They won't make it a conversation.
Whoopi Goldberg and Sonny. Now somebody's supposed to shoot me now because I want to vote? Why? That was the Democrats back in the days, remember? If any black person wanted to vote for Republican, they got their fucking house burned. They got hanged from trees. Remember that? They had to run from their damn community. You don't remember that? Look at Lake Lanier. Go read up on Lake Lanier. That was the Democrats that tore up that.
Sounds like MJ mentality to me. I like it. Salute, Suitcase. I want y'all to hear what she's saying again. Because she brought up Lake Lanier.
And Sonny. Now somebody's supposed to shoot me now because I want to vote? Why? That was the Democrats back in the days, remember? If any black person wanted to vote for Republican, they got their fucking house burned. They got hanged from trees. Remember that? They had to run from their damn community. You don't remember that? Look at Lake Lanier. Go read up on Lake Lanier. That was the Democrats that tore up that city. That's my family city. Huntsville, Georgia. Oscarville, Georgia. Oh, I remember it, honey. My grandmother told it all, honey. It was the Democrats that didn't want no black people to vote for Republicans, and they came out with the triple Ks to fear us for voting for Republicans.
Yep.
And now you want to sit there on that show, talk about they're going to shoot at me if I vote? Who? The Democrat Party? Because you must be talking about them. Because they the only ones that do that shit. The only ones.
Yeah.
And Hakeem Jeffrey, shut up. The Democrat Party is done. It's over. Stick a
Hakeem Jeffrey, shut up. I like this lady because, listen, you could tell she from Georgia because all these stories I done heard already. And I'll be like, I just said quietly like, then why all these people act like this? And then you get around black people that are educated and you say these things to them and they get the fuck away from you faster than you can say hot you. Because all of their biscuits are getting buttered by the government, by the Democratic Party. You see, they say when we get back in power, we'll set the system back up. Yeah, when we get back in power, we set the system back up. Salute to you, Styles. When we get back in power, we'll set the system back up where we'll give out jobs to black women. We'll give out jobs to the black caucus. We'll give out jobs to the select few, the 10% that we like. The rest of these niggas, we going to beat the hell out of them. The rest of them, they can shoot each other. They can unalive each other. We don't care. Long as we put some symbols up in place to make it look like we progress, they can represent black people. But as a whole, they're going to be fucked up. But this lady is spitting the gospel. And you can't even go against it. And people know it too. But they'll tell you about a party switch. They'll tell you anything not to see that it ain't no motherfucking two birds of the same head and all this shit. It's lesser of two evils. That's just an excuse for them to keep voting the same way. And don't ask about the Republicans doing shit for you, because if you giving some coochie to somebody else, I don't want to buy you nothing to eat. If I'm single, I'm buying the girl something to eat that I might get lucky with. I'm not buying you something to eat and you going home to somebody else. I'm going to save my money and my food money for somebody that might be open to what I'm open to, if that makes sense to you. So don't ask why the Republicans ain't doing nothing for you. You should be asking why the Democrats ain't doing nothing for you. That's who you've been a slave for this whole time, the Democrat. If you ain't do nothing for me, why the fuck would I do something for you? That's how that works. The Republicans and the Democrats, they both work on the same system. Quid pro quo. What are you going to do for them? Are you going to vote for them? If you vote for them, they're supposed to do something for you. If they don't do nothing for you, you're not supposed to vote for them. That's all. KB is slow as hell. Well, I don't know what that means. But you should probably stop listening to me or you're going to turn slow too. I'm just saying.
That do that shit. The only ones.
Yeah.
And Hakeem Jeffrey, shut up. The Democrat Party is done. It's over. Stick a fork in it. You're finished. There will be no more power in your hands. Only one y'all.
We got another one that got to hit the link or he got to get the fuck on. Come on down. Because this really ain't politics right here. This is just history lessons from old folks in my family that told me about Lake Lanier, told me about different parts of Georgia, told me about white folks stealing land that they gave us in South Carolina. So hit the link, brother. I'm not preaching anything. But if you don't hit the link, we'll start up your jets. Because for the life of me, I don't understand why people go in people's chats to complain. I don't understand that. Especially in my chat, if I'm willing to drop the link where you can have a conversation. And you're not willing to have a conversation, you're willing to just sit in the chat and complain, and you wonder why. You wonder why, boy. Shit is a shame. Motherfuckers will just sit in the chat and complain and tell you what they don't like. That's amazing. When this sister is up here telling you exactly how it is, you still caught up in the politics side of things. The Democrats, if they liked you so much, you had 50, 60 years with them, and you're still saying the same goddamn thing. So that's just crazy to me. But I get it. Maybe somebody in your family had a government job. I got a lot of women in my family that don't like me right now. I got an auntie won't even let me come on her porch. But I still stand in that she's wrong. I believe that she's wrong. So as a man, I'm going to stay the course. As a man, I see that these kids are out of control. And because they incentivize parents not to be there, I see that they allow grown men to twerk in front of children. I see that they allow illegals over Americans. I see it. When Donald Trump asks, will you put America first over illegals? And not one Democrat stood up. That's enough for me. That's like a wife asking her husband, hey, stand up, baby, if you'll put me over any other woman in the world, and he sit his ass down. Are you going to feel like he love you? No. If I get married, my wife is coming before everybody. It's my wife and then my kid. Serious, point blank, period. But you got people out here that are so brainwashed and indoctrinated to the Democratic Party that they won't even see that these people did not stand up for them. I'm a nigga if you care less, if you ban me, that's what's up. Then you ban. Your wish is my command. I can tell you a nigga based on the way you talk. You ain't have to tell me you was a nigga. You a scared nigga too, because all you had to do is come up here and have a conversation. I'm not worried about who you are or what you are. I'm just worried about the fact that you up here trying to say ignorant shit in my chat. You know, we don't want ignorant shit in the chat. We want a diverse chat that can have conversations. We don't want no nigga that's just hollering out stupid shit. All right? We cannot agree, but you can't just holler out stupid shit. That don't go nowhere. That don't help nothing. I'd rather you go away and just get into the small bubble of people that think like you and just say the stupid shit amongst each other. Okay? That would be best. That would be best. Because this shit don't make no sense. You heard a man say, if you believe, now this is Americans now, this is who you voting for. They supposed to, there's your constituents, you're their constituents. They're supposed to represent you. And when asked if you're going to put them first over the illegals, them people sat down like they ain't hearing nothing you had to say. When Trump asked, can a parent have any say-so first? Do you want the parents involved before you give any kids puberty blockers or anything like that? None of them people stood up. So not only do they want to take the parents and make them obsolete to their children, but they also want to make sure that you don't know shit, that you're dumb, they're undereducating you, and they don't want to stand up for you before they stand up for illegal. Not people that came over here the right way, because they would be Americans. We talking about people who snuck over the border, come before American citizens. And the school teachers come before the parents. Fuck out of here. You can go back and talk this history babble in 1954 and 1960 something. I goddamn heard what I needed to hear when you said that you're going to put illegals over Americans. I heard what I needed to hear. I saw the display I needed to see.
You're finished. There will be no more power in your hands. Only one y'all worrying about is non-American people. That's it. And we all woke up already. We all woke up. Y'all bitches sitting there, millionaires, and talk about you depressed, oppressed. How the fuck are you oppressed? Shut up. It's over. I'm sick of you. Always lying. And some of you black folks always fucking listen to this dumb shit instead of doing your own research. They are lying. Ain't nobody gonna shoot you if you vote. If they do it, it's gonna be the Democrat Party like they did my family out there in Oscarville, Georgia.
Come on now.
And we still ain't get our land back. Shut the hell up. You're finished.
I am so glad to see people waking up to the fact that shows like The View, Jimmy Kimmel, and all of these Democratic hard left-leaning shows are absolutely just propaganda machines that are here to fuel the fire and keep Americans divided. They spread nothing but lies. They do not push the truth. And people are catching on, and that brings joy to my heart because I believe that the Democrats are the party of evil, the party of violence. We have more than enough evidence just within the last 2 years to prove that.
I'm a black woman, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this for all you damn delusional, funky-ass Democrats that get on the television and act like we're black people are ignorant. Y'all act like we're unlearned. Y'all act like we don't know no better. Y'all act like we're slow and everything. I'm going to get to some bullshit that AOC said. And anybody that she's going viral with, she's only going viral with these are delusional leftists, ignorant thinking Americans that seem to continue day after day believing that black people votes are in jeopardy. Our votes have never been in jeopardy unless you got some lazy ass blacks that won't go out there and get the credentials that they need that will allow them to be able to vote, which is a fucking ID. Not gonna get to this AOC and this old clown black boy that acting like he's Timu Martin Luther King. I'm sick of these bastards. I'm sick of how they are. I'm sick of them trying to stir the pot and cause some mass hysteria, chaos with fucking blacks that don't seem to understand your vote cannot be fucking taken if you're a natural born American citizen. Let's get to this heifer here, AOC.
Time for the North to pull up to the South. It is time for New York to pull up to Alabama. It is time for all of us to come to Georgia, to Louisiana, to Tennessee, to Mississippi. Let them know exactly what they have uncorked with against injustice.
Who the hell do you assholes think you are? I'm gonna tell you why y'all mention all the southern states, because y'all think we don't have no fucking sense. We got plenty of professional people in the South. Just like Jasmine Crockett said that we were poor, Texas poor, Georgia poor, and everything. I'm gonna tell you black something in these states. This is how Democrats think of us. This is how they've always thought of us. They gave us welfare so they can make us shut.
Oh, I got people mad in the chat. Oh, Kwame, what's your gift? It definitely wasn't basketball or fatherhood. I'm going to show you one of my gifts right here. Block. Hey, there go one of my gifts. One of my many, many gifts. Blocked. Now let's hear what this beautiful black woman has to say.
We got plenty of professional people in the South. Just like Jasmine Crockett said that we were poor, Texas poor, Georgia poor, and everything. I'm gonna tell you black something in these states. This is how Democrats think of us. This is how they've always thought of us. They gave us welfare so they can make us shut our mouths up. They gave us all this housing and projects so we could get somewhere and be good little girls and good little boys. And then they get over here and they take to the TVs and they try to fucking humiliate us to our face. And then you're gonna have some fucked up blacks that are gonna turn around and still allow this damn ignorant rhetoric to go forward and stuff. They're still gonna have some delusional ass blacks that's gonna have a reason to still promote and go and back these damn people up. You know what she said? She said it's time for the North to come to the South. You got some ignorant people in the North. What the fuck are you talking about? It is time for New York to go to Alabama. What is going on in New York right now and stuff? They're being led by a motherfucking Mandani foreigner.
Yeah, I mean, Mamdani's doing a terrible job in New York City. I think we have seen time and time again that AOC and all of these people are just fraudsters.
And that's what I don't understand. How in the world can they come from New York to where New York is already fucked up? Mondavi running the money off, the businesses off, everybody going crazy. Motherfuckers gonna be barbecuing rats up there. If you keep thinking that rich people are gonna work hard and do all this stuff to just give their money away to people that don't work hard or that just sneak over the border, you're crazy. They're going to get the hell on like they doing.
They don't do anything to hold their own people accountable. All they do is bash President Trump and the Republicans. First of all the South has the majority of the guns. I mean, I know that everybody in America has guns in all their households, but let's be real here. The North doesn't want no smoke with the South. And there's a reason why all of these tech billionaires and large companies are moving out of the Democratic ran cities, Democratic ran states, because they are overregulated and they have terrible policies. That's why they're moving their businesses to Texas and Alabama and all of these southern states. And I think we're going to see them flourish. I think we are absolutely going to start to see these southern states flourish. We're going to start seeing the red states flourish and continue to grow as the people that want to raise their kids in a safe place, the people that have American values that aren't leaning all the way to the left, continue to move there from these blue places. As these businesses continue to move there from these blue places, we're going to continue to see that trend happen. And I think it is absurd for AOC and all of these lefties to say the uneducated nonsense that they are saying. It's almost like they don't know history at all, but that's what they do. The Democrats lie, they steal, they cheat. They don't do the game the honest way, and people have seen that time and time again. Just look at the Southern Poverty Law Center. I could give you a million examples, but shout out to this sister here, to this American patriot that is also fed up with the nonsense, because look, people should have caught on by now. You're not stealing the black vote. You got to earn it. And more black people that are Democrats need to make people earn their vote instead of just going out and punching the button for the blue team without doing any research on who they're voting for. That's how we got into the situation that we're in right now.
One thing you can always count on is Democrats to pull out their favorite phrase when it's time to seem relatable, when it's time to seem like they actually care about middle-class Americans, and when it's time to make it feel like, hey, we see you in your struggle. You know what that phrase is? You know what that term is? It's folks.
Figuring out how to do more for the middle class, for the working folks, because those are the folks who are...
We become folks when they have to remind themselves that, oh, We've drained the middle class to the point that they have nothing else to give. And even more importantly, there's nothing else that they want to give because they're so fed up with our BS, our tactics and strategies to rob them that they are ready to go be fierce Republicans in order to get away from Democratic tyranny. So the moment that Democrats realize that they have pushed the middle too far, that is when they start bringing out the working class folks and the middle class folks. These are just good folks. We all become folks then. Why aren't we folks when you all are robbing the middle, literally blind?
Yeah.
People in the middle can barely afford to send their kids to colleges. People in the middle can barely afford to buy homes. People in the middle can barely afford to go out to a nice dinner on a Friday night as a couple. People in the middle are having a horrific time. And the only thing that the Democrats can offer the people in the middle is a pleasantry. They're good folks. Well, what I have to say to the Democrats is that you all are not good folks at all. You are actually our biggest op. And I hope and pray that we continue to get more of you out of leadership so that the actual good folks of America can live a good.
And I hope that this woman here, Christine Maxwell, wins her race. She's the Republican candidate for U.S. House, Illinois' first congressional district. She just won, so she's going to be going head-to-head against Jonathan Jackson, the Democrat out of Illinois in the Chicago area. This woman is the truth. I think that we need more women just like this to be looked up to in America. We need more women just like these women that I've showed you in this video that have a strong voice, that have strong beliefs, that have common sense, that aren't just going to be ran over by the Democrats. Are we not tired of that? Why are people giving their votes to the Democrats when they've done nothing, literally nothing, except ruin this country? I mean, give me a break. I do believe that people are waking up. As we see, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. But look, we need people like Christine Maxwell to be in office. We need people that are really about America first, because Democrats have done nothing but destroy the nuclear family, make fatherless households, get everyone relying on the government, turn colleges into indoctrination camps, make young youth hate America. They've done nothing good for us. I can't name one good thing. Right now, the Republicans are crushing it. Trump just teamed up with Mark Cuban with Trump RX to even get lower drug prices. We've got so many things that the Republican Party has done to help this country in less than 2 years. The Democrats have done nothing in the last 30 years that they've been in office. Look, the jig is up. The jig is up. Shout out to these amazing Black women for saying what needs to be said. The Democrats have nothing to offer. So what's the point in following them? What's the point in voting for them? What's the point in listening to people like AOC?
And again, like I said, I love it when a Black woman say it, because you can't go against it. You can't say shit. You can argue, you can get loud, you can be another Black woman that say something. But these Black women don't give a damn. I love it. They say it with so much power and determination, and you can't challenge it with the whole world. They can't do it. They can't. Now, this Mondavi dude, they sitting up here talking about Mondavi is this guy and we got to come from New York. This guy been fucked up. He begging all billionaires to come back right now. He begging them billionaires to come back right now for what he did by doing that video, disrespecting that one billionaire. And now Jeff Bezos done came out and talked about him. So it ain't like Mondavi and these guys know what they're doing. They come out. Yes, he's educated. He probably got a bunch of degrees, but he don't have no business that can show that he knows what he's talking about. You can have all these degrees all you want to. Until you go out in the real world and have a business, fail, fix it, do better, sell, and just go through the natural grind of having a business, then you don't really know what the fuck you're talking about. You just get coming up with theories. It all sounds good in theory. Everything sounds good in theory. But watch this.
Threatened to grow jobs in Florida instead of here in New York. This week, that backlash continued with a lecture from President Donald Trump and, according to sources, efforts by Mayor Mamdani to reach Griffin falling flat.
Well, today, we're taxing the rich.
Almost 1 month after Mayor Zohran Mamdani posted this video singling out Citadel CEO Ken Griffin's pricey penthouse to promote a new pied-à-terre tax.
Like for this penthouse.
The mayor has tried to open a conversation with Griffin, according to several sources in the business community familiar with efforts to reach Griffin through an intermediary.
Here, the New York Times reports Mamdani, the tax the rich mayor, reaches out to titans of finance. Zohran Mamdani, who has angered some corporate executives with his tax policies, has had a recent series of meetings with top business leaders. Barely a month ago, your boy, Zohran Scamdanazes of New York City, triumphantly used the billionaire Ken Griffin's $238 million apartment as a prop in a social media video, hailing a state plan to tax multi-million-dollar second home.
Now, see, people will hear that number and go crazy. Oh my God, white people got too much money, rich, racist motherfucker, this and that. And then when they see their favorite rapper showing that they got a $5 million watch or $2 million, people don't spend their money based on what they got and what they like. People are going to spend their money. If I had 1,000 gazillion $1 million, who knows what type of house I would have? Who knows what type of apartment I would have? If you work for it, you shouldn't be condemned for
it. But on Monday, as Mr. Scamdanese met with two captains of finance, he seemed eager to project a more business-friendly demeanor. Mr. Mamdani first met with Jamie Dimon, the chief executive of JP Morgan Chase, who had in a recent letter to shareholders warned that New York's tax policies risked driving business out of New York City. No city or company or country has a divine right to success. He's saying, look, New York is great, but look, but y'all can lose it under the Scamdanazes. That's what Dimon wrote back in April, which was just last month. Afterward, Mr. Scamdanazes met with David M. Solomon, the chief executive of Goldman Sachs. So he met with JP Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs, both at Gracie Mansion, which is the mayor's official residence. So a spokesman for JP Morgan Chase said that Mr. Dimon and the mayor had a constructive conversation around the importance of government and business working well together to help New Yorkers to keep the city competitive. But Goldman Sachs did not have a comment. In a statement, the mayor's press secretary, Joe Cavello, described the meeting with Mr. Dimon as genial. What does genial mean, yo? That sounds like, yeah, we really aren't on the same page. Hey, it's genial. You know, it was genial. He said that the meeting with Mr. Solomon ended on a warm note, with Mr. Solomon inviting Mayor Scamdanese to visit their office soon. It was unclear how long either meeting had been in the works. Mr. Mamdani is New York City's first mayor to be wholly associated with democratic socialism, and his Tax the Rich campaign platform has long annoyed many in the business community. You wouldn't say, huh? Yeah, we want to tax everything, take all of it from you, give it to people so they can ride the bus for free. Y'all, look, you can ding me on this one, but you can pay to ride the bus. You can pay to ride the bus. All right, you riding the bus. People who drive their cars have to pay for gas, have to buy the car, have to pay maintenance. You can pay your bus fare.
But the sources say Griffin was in no mood to speak to the mayor and may be holding out for a public apology. Soon after the mayor posted that video, Griffin said it had put him in harm's way, was in poor taste, and would cost the city jobs.
We will add far more jobs in Miami over the next decade as an immediate and direct consequence of the mayor's poor decision here.
So for the people who sat up in the chat talking about I don't know politics and all that, it sounds good, but when the $20 an hour minimum wage came up, I said those people are going to leave. You cannot make these rich people pay. It does not make any sense. They're not going to pay you $20 an hour to make a sandwich when they're going to have to charge you $20 for that, $20 for that sandwich. You know, they're going to have to charge more. So it's really not helping you. You're going to make more, but you're going to have to spend more to eat. So it really doesn't help you to do that. And then also, when I said you cannot tax these super rich people, they're going to move to a state that's more favorable for what they want. And these states are loving it. Florida is loving having a guy like Mondavi, or not Mondavi, this guy come down, Griffin. They're gonna love him. He has a $238 million apartment. So imagine when, let's just say he say, you know what, fuck New York. I'm gonna sell my apartment. Or I'm gonna turn it into something else. I don't know who else can afford a $238 million apartment, but I'm sure it's somebody. But what if he say, I'm gonna sell my apartment, move my operation to Florida and Texas, and then now Florida has this tax base. Now Florida is going to get the benefits of the apartments, of the beautiful structures that he's going to build. Now Floridians going to get those jobs. You see how that works? That's politics. When you don't make it to where the businessmen and women can come into the city, create jobs, you give them tax breaks, and so that they can keep people working. The government don't really create jobs like that. The billionaires do. So Los Angeles, California, running off their rich because they are attacking them for the illegals because they want to be in power. They don't care about your black ass. They want to be in power. So the illegals get them the power that they want. They still gonna make millions of dollars while you suffer as a consequence of it. So this man telling you exactly how it is as a consequence of you putting me in harm's way, because there's some people gonna look at him like, oh, you old rich heathen. He probably got to put his security staff up to walk around New York. Nobody probably knew who he was like that from an overall standpoint. And now when he walked through the streets of New York, people know who he is. He can't enjoy his coffee. He can't conduct his business. So what is he going to do? Renegotiate, relocate to Florida. And Florida is happy. I'm pretty sure that they have a mayor up in New York this stupid. So how can y'all come to the South? How can AOC talk about it's time for New York to come to the South? Well, guess what, AOC? New York is already floating to the South. 50 Cent hauled ass. Now this guy hauled ass. New Yorkers have always come to the South. We got a lot of New Yorkers living in Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina. They visit New York. They live in these southern states because it's better to live. It's easier to live. It's cheaper. And if you don't fuck with nobody, they won't fuck with you.
For a public apology. Soon after the mayor posted that video, Griffin said it had put him in harm's way, was in poor taste, and would cost the city jobs.
We will add far more jobs in Miami over the next decade as an immediate and direct consequence of the mayor's poor decision here.
When you lose people like that, it's sort of not recoverable.
President Trump on WABC radio yesterday was the latest to warn Mamdani
You've got to cherish them.
about alienating the people who already pay the highest taxes.
You got to meet them. You have to have dinner with them. You have to convince them not to leave.
So yeah, y'all, Scam Danese's bending the knee. I predict this. I'm going to give you a firm prediction. Scam Danese has to do two things at once, which is a balancing act. He has to fulfill on his campaign promises, which is to attack the billionaires, the big businesses. These are the people who provide many, if not most, of the high-paying jobs, because how could you afford to pay somebody $200,000, $300,000, $1 million per year if you're not a big business? Like, think about that. What kind of business is paying you $500,000 a year? A big one. You can have your own small business maybe and make that, but no company is going to pay you that unless they're making hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars per year.
And that's what I never understood why they were attacking them. They want everybody to be poor. That's a poor man mindset. Because if a big business is giving out jobs, they're giving out from high-end salaries all the way down to janitorial specialist salaries. And if they're giving out salaries and they're employing thousands of people, then that's your tax base. Those people pay taxes. So not only are you kicking out the business, but you're going to have so many people without a job and back onto government assistance that I think that's what they want. They want everybody on government assistance. South prices are going to rise potentially. That's what I was talking to somebody about. All the rich people coming to the South, that's going to be good and bad because some of them might bring their politics with them. And some of them, believe it or not, they're too stupid to understand that do not vote. Excuse me, don't come down there voting the same way. You're going to have to vote different because you're running from a policy that ruined your business. So you're going to have to vote different. And plus, with all these houses that they're slapping up all over the place to try to deal with the rush, I don't even know if these houses are being built properly. But that's a shame that people talking about you don't understand politics. But the Democrat-led cities, the people are speaking for themselves. It's people that was born and raised in California that are now in Austin, Texas. It's people that was born and raised in California. Now they're in Nashville, Tennessee. It's people that was born and raised in New York. Now they're in Shreveport in New Orleans. It was people that was born and raised in New York, and they going everywhere other than the state that they were from. And it's all because of the policies. That's what you should be focused on. You shouldn't be focused on Democrat, Republican, none of that shit. You're supposed to be focused on the policies. Yes, it's a two-party system, but they all got to roll out policies, except if you're a Democrat. If you're a Democrat, you just pull on the heartstrings. You just bring up a racist event. You just look at the news and say that the world is racist, and then you get people to vote. You don't got to give them a policy that's going to invoke change at all. Shit crazy. People are flocking to stand your ground states. Yes, they are. And that's going to be bad because they're coming down there with the energy of what some black folks may have done to them in the states that they were from and from what the government did, and they coming down to those states with bad energy. But in the South, everybody got a weapon. So just because you can stand your ground, you got to be careful. In the South, arguing with people ain't a smart idea.
These people are super important to New York City. So Scam Donese he's gonna try to find the balancing act between demonizing these people in public and privately trying to keep them and woo them. It's gonna be difficult. I don't know if he can pull it off. If he can, then Scam Donese may wind up being a hero. He'll be a hero to the working folk, to the people who aren't making nearly as much money, and the people who are making money will accept him, but he's gonna have to try to figure out how to balance that. Again, tough, tall task. I'm not sure he can do it. I'm not sure anybody can do it. But we'll see what happens over the next many years because he's going to be in that office for several years. So y'all let me know. Do you think he's going to be able to pull that off or no? Drop a comment down below. But before you do, y'all, please stop, hit the share button. Share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. And we'll see you back in the next.
Shit, he said, born and raised in New York, and I'm moving to Florida. Yeah. Shit, if they turn California into a stand your ground state and put laws in place where you can actually move around like a man, I'd move to California. That's a beautiful ass city. I love California. And they got weather. They got goddamn Laugh Factory and shows out there. Man, come on, man. Beautiful women that stay in shape and don't eat 27 cheeseburgers a day. Them motherfucking women out there, the black women out there that's from the hood, they in shape like a motherfucker. And they don't act bourgeoisie like everybody else. And it's, all of them don't act super ghetto. They be mature, smart ass, down to earth people. And of course, you get your little prostitutes that come into town and, do their thing. But man, the gun law's terrible. You're a victim out there. Niggas can come up on you and stump you 20-1. Can't even do nothing. But that shit crazy. But I'm going out to Cali in I'm going out to Cali in a few weeks. I told my homeboy, I called my guy. I was like, look, man, I gotta come make a LA run, man. I gotta come out there and make some money, have some fun, enjoy the weather. I come with respect. I come in peace and I come with respect. But let's look at what Jeff Bezos told this Manani guy.
And so whether you're the federal government or whether you're a city, I mean, I was going to ask you about what you thought of the pied-à-terre attacks in New York and what you thought of what's happened with this Ken Griffin video that the mayor made.
Well,
you have a place in the city.
Yeah, there's two different, I think there are two different things about that video. On the one hand, it's perfectly fine to have a policy debate about whether you want to have a pied-à-terre tax.
Right.
The second piece, which is not so good, is to go stand in front of Ken Griffin's house and act like he's some kind of villain. Ken Griffin isn't a villain. He hasn't hurt anybody. He's not hurting New York. In fact, quite the opposite. And so that piece of it isn't right. And there was no reason to do that. A pied-à-terre tax is taxes on out-of-towners are very popular taxes. That's why there are hotel taxes. And, hotels always have very high tax rates because why not tax the tourists? And there are limits. If you raise the hotel taxes too much, tourists stop coming, right? So you have to be judicious. But I think that the pied-à-terre tax is a fine thing for New York to do. And, they have to figure out how, but it's a policy debate.
Right.
Policy debates don't have to be finger pointing. This is the piece that,
so you're not going to sell your place.
Unfortunately, it is an effective political technique. It's as old as the hills.
Right.
So when you don't know how to solve a problem, create a villain, blame them. But it won't solve the problem. The only thing that will solve the problem is skill.
Right.
And so really it's a skills issue. You want to
Damn, he in his factory look like he building a plane or something. What the hell that is he building? He said, I like Amazon, but Bezos will still vote Democrat. Yeah, he probably will. But man, is he building a plane? He in his own shit. That's what I'm talking about. This boss shit right here. This is a simple flex, but it's a powerful flex. He like, yo, bring your cameras, come into my business, not even my office. Come into my warehouse. You see a big ass super engine back there, look like they're going a plane. Man, that's crazy. That is nuts.
So, but any corporate CFO worth their salt, the Amazon CFO could find 3% in the federal budget on a Tuesday afternoon. There is so much waste in government spending. We actually have.
And I found this thing about Oscarville. Yeah, I found this thing about Oscarville. Let's see. Oscarville, it says Oscarville, Georgia, was a prestigious, predominantly black farming and trade. No, sorry, I'm talking about prestigious. Prosperous, predominantly black farming and trade community in Forsyth, Georgia. I've been to Forsyth 1,000 times. But established during the Reconstruction, it was erased in 1912 when a violent white mob. I told you we got a white thug problem. See, they always try to depict us as the most violent ones. But when white folks get upset, they usually take out a whole crowd. They usually take out a whole town. They do things you wouldn't believe when they get upset. They just be waiting to get upset and then it'd be over. So you can't say we the most violent when there's several stories like this. So a white mob forcibly expelled over 1,000 black residents. How many people you got to bring with you to take over 1,000 black people? Look at this right here. It says 1912 Atlanta History Center. Atlanta History Center is uncovering and sharing its histories of the, what's that? See, I got a descendants of, and then it stopped. And that's just a picture. I don't want to click on that and miss my part. Founded in the late 1800s, Oscarville was located near the Chattahoochee River in Forsyth County. Despite being only a single generation removed from enslavement, the community thrived. We talking about one generation removed from slavery, and this town was thriving. They ain't need no government assistance. They ain't need no, they couldn't do it because they dumb. Oh, they can't have babies because they dumb. No, they was out there working because they already knew how to work. They already had skills. And that's why people always talk all this, oh, black people don't know how to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. Bullshit. We have 1,000 examples of black folks. When you leave them alone, leave us alone, let us do our thing, we will thrive and make money. But the problem is when black folks start thriving and making money and building their own, it messes up the money for everybody else. It messes up the money for everybody else. So don't give me this shit about we don't know how to live in peace and we don't know how to make money. We don't know how to build. We definitely do. We definitely do. What it is that they need to get a part of that finance that we like to build. Because black folks, we possess a flair. We ain't just gonna buy a suit. We gonna got to get a suit, but we want shoes with gaiters. We want nice socks to go with them. We want a top hat to go with that motherfucker. We want a scarf. We always like make things a little bit better. We'll take a regular suit and we gonna add some flair to it. We different. And people don't like that. But let's see what happened in Oscarville, okay? In 1800, Oscarville was located near the Chattahoochee River in Forsyth, Georgia. Despite being only a single, meaning one generation removed from enslavement, the community thrived. Economic. Oscarville was highly agriculturally, with residents running successful farms and raising poultry. So the thing that we don't have control over now, we had control over then in Oscarville. Them black men and women knew how to farm. So they would make their money off farming and selling fresh stuff, and they would sell fresh poultry. So they said, oh, hell no. You're not going to compete with us selling no chicken. So now we don't have no farm. Community infrastructure. It boasted its own black-owned businesses, skilled tradespeople, schools, and close ties to local churches. Let's hear that again. It boasted its own black businesses, which we don't have now, skilled tradesmen and women, but they said tradespeople because we don't want to offend nobody, schools, and close ties to local churches. So how in the hell they say black folk can't build nothing? We can. And this is why it's so much frustration when it comes to talking about building things, because folks will say, well, the white folks ain't gonna do nothing but come and take it. Well, yeah, they can come and take it in 1912 when they had laws to where this is why I don't want to live in a Democrat-led city, because the first thing a Democrat-led city wants to do is they want to take your guns. This is probably why I always kept me a place in Florida, because I'm not the type of man that I believe you're going to have to steal it without me being around, because taking something means that your life is on the line just like my life is on the line, because you ain't going to take shit as long as my heart is beating. No. You're going to have to take some of these 223s with you. Yeah, you're going to have to take some of these 6.8s with you. God willing, I'll get to it first. If you trying to take. If you cool, we all good. But this ain't 1912 no more. So for the black men and women that sit up there and say, we can't build it. Yes, we can. We proved it already. And if your excuse is, they gonna take it from us, then who the fuck is your friends and family? Because they all need to be armed, because we should be armed. If you have the right to bear arms, then you should be armed. You shouldn't be spending money on jewelry, cars, hoes, and clothes. You should be spending money on some food that you could eat if there's no more food. You should be spending money on survival kits and things like that. Some people got so many pretty shoes and things in their closet. I got stuff that can cauterize a wound. I got them little trauma kit bags. I got the bug out bag sitting in my closet. Yeah, I heard about bug out bags from my white friends. I said, what the fuck is a bug out bag? Oh, yeah, we ready to go. Man, we got food that we can eat. They open up packs of shit that they can eat. It lasts for 30 years. I'm like, oh, so that's what y'all doing, huh? Yeah, I'm just sitting there just chopping up game. I'm acting like I ain't paying attention. I'm like, oh, y'all got food and shit y'all can eat. Y'all got a bug out bag that if you have to just run off in the woods, this damn bag got a little small shovel on the side that turn into a knife, that turn into a little axe that can chop down a tree that can turn. I said, God damn, this little shovel a bad motherfucker. This thing got 20 different tools into one. Oh, okay, I need one of them. And you got a light that turn into a taser, that turn into a weapon, that turn into a this, and then that bitch can go penetrate the dark like it make that bitch look like a moon hit. I said, oh, I will be getting one of these. That's how, hey, when I discover something new, that's my little thing. Oh, okay, I ain't got no money for Jordans. I'm gonna be spending it over here. That's why they be like, Kwame, you dress lame. You ain't got this, you ain't got that. Bitch, I bet you ain't got one of these. Nigga, a motherfucker could cut my leg open. He could be bleeding like a motherfucker. I could open up this little pack and pour this little powder down in that motherfucker and pack it in good, and it'll stop the bleeding till the police get there. And if it ain't no police, I can wrap that motherfucker up and it'll stop the bleeding, and then I can figure something out. Drink me a shot of whiskey, dig out the wound, and then cauterize that motherfucker. You know, I might not be tough enough to deal with it, but at least I got some shit that I can stop whatever I need to stop. Oh, this college talking about that laugh. I'm telling you, if you just sit around, you'll learn so much game. I'm sitting here like, oh. And then he was like, yeah, man, my neighbor over there got fish. And then the neighbor over there got, he got about 6,000 rounds of every gun, and he keep an extra 20,000 rounds. I said, hold up. Man, they took me down. This so cold right here, right? One of the neighbors by my house, he got a backhoe, and he got a goddamn a bulldozer. This bitch took a shipping container. He took a shipping container and stuck it up underground. It ain't nothing but a 20-foot shipping container. It's small. But man, that shit got so much shit in it. And he said he gonna bury a longer one next to it for them to live in it. He got his own motherfucking bunker. He dug that shit up underground, packed around it, and he got the doors thicker. I don't know what the fuck he put on that door to make it bigger and thicker like that. I don't know what the hell he did. But he got one of them bitches in his yard, in his backyard, up under the ground, and done wired electricity to it and all the shit you need to do to live up underground. And he got all this shit stored in that thing. Got a little room, got a little CB radio. He got all the old school shit that you could communicate back in the day. I'm sitting there looking, I said, wait a fucking minute, what does he think about to happen? That shit scared me. I'm like, what is this motherfucker think? Should I ever come back over here? That shit made me question everything. Should I ever come back over to this house? But then I said, nigga, stop being scared of everything. This is the epitome of if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. This bitch is ready. I'm talking about if you go to this man's house set tripping, boy, you fucked. He got his yard. That motherfucker got them little cameras in his yard that take pictures of the deer. And then when you come closer, he got motion cameras that can catch everything that you're moving like. And then that son bitch got every gun you could think of. He got flak jackets. He got silencers. I said, damn, this nigga ain't playing. He go to them gun shows. He got tear gas. He got all, like, if you go to gun shows, you can buy certain things that you can't buy from the regular store. Yeah. He go to gun show. He was telling me, man, you got to come to the gun show in Seattle. Come to the gun show in Vegas. He got specific gun shows that he go to go buy certain shit. This motherfucker got a 50 cal. I said, how the fuck you get a 50 cal? I don't care who you think you is. You can't hide from no 50 cal. That bitch coming through your house. That shit coming through your car walls. That shit coming through everything. I said, Lord have mercy. Papa Duck and Kwame should do a live. Salute, bro. Yeah, I watch some of Papa Duck stuff. He know what he talking about. That joker be walking on the beach with them shoes off and going outside doing simple shit that people don't understand. When the last time you put your foot on the grass with no shoes on? A lot of people don't do that. But I didn't know that you could buy all this shit at the gun store. And I'm telling you, I just be picking up game and I be passing it to my people, but they act like they can't hear me though. But then it seemed like they want to waste time not listening. And then when shit hit the fan, you who they run to. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop telling motherfuckers what I know because they don't use it to apply. They use it to call you when they fucked up. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. How Young Thug say, whoa, 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 big guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I told you what you should do. I told you what you need to do. But you want to wait and have me do it for you. So, whoa, 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 big guy. No, 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 no. Hell no. We can't do that. So my advice to you, and this is going to be my last advice. If you see how people living and they're preparing and they're giving you the game, you should listen. You should listen. I no longer look at my white friends like they crazy when they prepare for what's to come or what could happen. I don't get mad now that I know my white friends teach their sons how to shoot and they put them in wrestling because they want them to understand how to defend themselves. I understand. I'm not gonna put my son and talking about roughing them up, slapping them around, and that's what's gonna make them tough. No, I'm gonna train them. That's why I told my son, you going to jiu-jitsu, son. I know this is going to hurt for a while, but guess what? This is going to make you a better person. Once they finish choking your ass out, you're going to be a better person. All right? Hold on, y'all. Down here in Florida, guns and fishing. Yeah, but we got to start teaching our kids discipline. Motherfuckers wanted to make me tough by just putting us in a circle and fighting. And yeah, that'll work because you gotta fight, but that's not a discipline. You gotta teach your son a discipline so they're not out of control with it. Martial arts. Now, if I would have known better, I would have put my son in Muay Thai or whatever that shit is with them leg kicks. What y'all say that was? Muay Thai? Shit, them leg kicks is where it's at. Cause you don't want to just be on the ground with a motherfucker. Cause if it's just you and them in a cage, yeah, that works. You gonna kill a motherfucker every time. But if it's a group of people, you don't want to be your only skill is grappling motherfuckers on the ground. You want to be able to kick, pop, pop, and move around. So yeah, I think I want that Muay Thai. I got to call my son, you don't quit the jiu-jitsu, but get your ass in that Muay Thai. Learn how to kick somebody in the leg. Teach it to me, boy. I'm paying for this shit for you to bring it back home, son. But yeah, I would love to take a class. I would love, if I have another son, nigga, I'm going to be in a gym rat. We going to be at basketball training. We going to be at Muay Thai training, and I'm doing it with you. I'm fuck around to be a Muay Thai specialist fucking around with my son or my daughter, because that shit helps you out in life. And those kids usually be more calm. Like, they like bulletproof their mind. They go through things young and they stress test early. So they understand life is real. When you get kicked, something about being kicked and punched that you realize, oh shit, I'm not invincible. And so you learn a different value system. And I think it makes you a different person. I do. I got my son. Here's he say, I got my son doing outdoor activities. He likes to go fishing, hunting, spear fishing, and he likes shooting basketball. Man, keep him doing that, man. I got one of the guys, I can call him a friend. He cool ass dude. We always chopping it up, business wise, and but he's the guy who did my landscaping out there. And man, I love what he do with his son, man. He got his son out there hunting turkeys and fishing. I said, man, that shit is beautiful to see. You know what I mean? Kind of made me wish I had more time with my sons when they were younger to teach them things like that. You know, you try to wrap up everything in the summer, you know, and then you want to teach them basketball. You have them indoors so much that you forget that there's a whole outside world. You know what I mean? So fishing, hunting, those things are important. Being just on a boat, just being in nature, just walking and hiking. You know, being able to take my son on a hike was cool. And that was his first time being on a hike. His mama ain't gonna take him through no woods hiking and shit. But he was able to experience that with me, seeing his big clumsy self fall on the rocks. Yeah, you know. But that's the thing, man. We got to get our kids to a place to where, like you said, Paul, self-sufficient. But let's finish this part. In 1912, forced exile. So that's forced exile. The community was violently dismantled in the fall of 1912 following the tragic assault and murder of a local white man, McCrow. So what it is that probably this white mob came up into Oscarville causing trouble. And then one of the white men got killed. One of the white men got killed. No, it says white woman. How was there a local white woman there if it was a predominantly black town? So this white woman got killed, violence and arrest. White authorities arrested 3 black men, Rob Edwards, Ernest Knox, and Oscar Daniel. A mob lynched Edwards in downtown Cumming. Damn. While Knox and Daniels were convicted by an all-white jury and executed. So all 3 of these men were unalive. No wonder nobody don't lay a finger on white people. If you hung a man in downtown in 1912, they've been conditioned not to touch that white boy. I'll tell you that. Aftermath. No, it says explosion. Following this accusation, violent white mob terrorized the black community. They firebombed churches, destroyed property, and forced over 1,000 black residents out of Forsyth. Now, when a black woman get killed or unalived by a white man, we don't go into a town and kick out 1,000 white people. Now, let me ask you this. Where was the police? Where was the National Guard when all this happened? Did they sit back complicit? See, that's when America was complicit with their military, was complicit with the National Guard, all the way from the top, was complicit with the police, because no mob should be able to kick out 1,000 residents. But that's what happened. Now, it says aftermath. Fleeing families had to abandon or sell their properties for pennies to white neighbors. Oh, my goodness. For the rest of the 20th century, Forsyth County became widely known as a sundown town where no black residents until late 1990s. God damn. So in 1990, I was born in 82. So in 1990, Forsyth, Georgia, no black people was allowed there in the 90s? Holy shucks. This is in our lifetime. Damn. Shit. It says the popular myth regarding Oscarville, which I heard it wasn't no myth. The popular myth regarding Oscarville is that black residents were drowned to create Lake Lanier. However, The town was vacated more than 40 years before the lake was built. Eminent domain. In the 1940s, the federal government and the government did this in the late 1940s. And I guarantee you the Democrat donkeys, how dude would say, the Democrat donkeys, like Gotham City would say, was in power in the late 1940s. A federal government and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers authorized the construction of a Beaufort Dam to meet the water demands of metropolitan Atlanta. Flooding. The government used eminent domain to buy 56,000 acres of private land, including what remained of Oscarville. The area was flooded to form Lake Lanier, fully submerged the abandoned town, its remaining structures, and some unmovable graveyards beneath the water. So some people's loved ones, they can't even go visit the gravesite because it's under the ground. It's underwater in Lake Lanier. So you wonder why I won't go to Lake Lanier and get on no damn boat because that shit might take you up under. You never know with the houses and buildings and how it changed over time. You never know, boy. But listen, that's my time. I got to go to the chiropractor real quick. You guys have a blessed morning, and I will be back, okay? Thank y'all. Have a blessed day. I'm up out of this thing. I'll see you in a minute. I'm gone.